Newcastle Fans TV is sponsored by Manscaped, the global leaders in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels and is now available in the US of A, Canada, the UK, Australia, New Zealand and in the EU. We have an exclusive offer for our subscribers. Use the code NFTV to get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Join the movement and the other 2 million men who trust Manscaped. Did you know one bloke every hour, every day is diagnosed with testicular cancer? So this is a reminder to all of the men listening. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Manscaped, in addition to providing the right tools and solutions for safe and easy manscaping, has partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to spread awareness for men's health and early cancer detection. Together, TCS and Manscaped are committed to raising awareness for the most common form of cancer in men aged between 15 to 35 and giving support for fighters, survivors and families impacted by testicular cancer as part of their We Save Balls initiative. While you're down there cleaning up your sack, why not go ahead and give them a little pretty investigation for lumps, changes in any size or any pain? I think we can all agree it's pretty fun playing with your balls anyway. Hey. Manscaped recommends you check yourself once a month. If you do feel any lumps or any swelling, give your doctor a call. In addition to checking yourself regularly, we want to make sure that your sack is looking fresh and clean with Manscaped Perfect Package 3.0. Inside the Perfect Package, you'll find all the products and liquid formulations that have been developed to turn your bathroom into a saloon for your balls. All liquid formulations use only the best ingredients. Some of these liquid tools do include the Crop Preserver, is an anti-chafing deodorant for your balls. The Crop Reviver, a spray-on ball toner and refreshener. The Perfect Package 3.0 also includes anti-chafing performance boxers that keep your package cool and feeling fresh. Join the Manscaped movement and start taking care of your balls today. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code NFTV at manscaped.com. Always use the right tools for the job. So in the description below, get 20% off, free shipping with our code NFTV over at manscaped.com. That's a whopping 20% off anything and free shipping using the code NFTV at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. And let's get back to celebrating 25k.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? Is all right? Welcome to NFTV's watch along. Team news has literally just came out. It's at the bottom of your ticker. So welcome everybody. We have a packed show for you all in it. We'll have loads of videos going into daft hours past midnight. And we have a packed show as ever here for the build-up. If you're watching it live when the game kicks off, stick it on mute. Because later on we've got Carl, Matt and Sam joining later on. But as you can see, news is breaking with the team lineup. Interesting who Manchester City have put in goal, mind you. More on that very shortly, but let's have a look at what you guys are saying in the comments as well. Oh, he's just broke it, man. Geordie, man, how are you? I was waiting for that moment about Scott Carson, and you just slapped it on there. But yes, the breaking news is that good to see you, Geordie Sancaster. Scott Carson is starting. A lot of you are already talking about how he's on about it already. Plenty to do tonight. Let's hope we test him. Stephen says, my brother's starting. I'm buzzing from Stephen. Carson. All these are talking about Scott Carson, not the tune. Right, but it seems to be the biggest news from Manchester City side. That's Scott Carson, the forgotten man, is starting. If you hadn't noticed already, I was trying to hold that back until you have all jumped in on the live chat there. Welcome if you're just tuning into the latest video here on NFTV. If you can smash that like video, that would be wonderful. I've got the good old green screen out the night. I thought, you know what, hasn't been out for a while, so I thought I'd get it out. If you can smash that like, it'd be brilliant. Members got 21 videos last month exclusive which is brilliant. We're on the road to smash that again in May. Keep your comments because I'll be coming back to them a little bit later. And as ever, thank you if you are clicking on NFTV, if you're returning, or you're literally brand new to the channel. We do all sorts on here. But since I'm chatting about it, we may as well briefly touch upon the lineups. Obviously, when the lads start coming in, it's around 7:30. We'll start talking more about the lineups a little bit more in depth. But there you go. That is your Manchester City lineup. The shock is Scott Carson. I think Guardiola's probably just thinking, let's give everybody some playing time because the league's won. You would have thought that the American might have came in. But no, we're all wrong. Scott Carson will start. And look, it's still a fantastic lineup. Look at it. It's going to be Kyle Walker. They predict it right back. Cancelo, who's, for me, Cancelo can play left or right, but Cancelo's better right back, and he should be up there. And team of the season, Cancelo's brilliant. And then you've got Garcia, who will come in. He's rumored to be joining Barcelona in the summer, not Diaz and Ake. So there's a little bit of hope for Newcastle there. You've got Carson, Garcia, and Ake, who I feel like Newcastle, if we had Wilson, could have stretched it there, but Joe Linton starts, if you hadn't noticed, on the tick at the bottom. And then you've got Rodrigo Gundogan. He'll try and he'll be your box-to-box midfielder. Bernardo Silva will be dictating, probably, I would have thought, on the right-hand side, or as an advanced midfielder. Torres will be out on the wing. And then you'll have Sterling, who's captain the side at night. Wonder where he'll be playing, probably, I would have thought, on the left. And then Gabriel Jesus up top. Very, very strong indeed. The bench, by the way, I know you can't see it, but I'll read it out anyways. It's Stefan, who is the American. And then you've got Diaz, Stones, Laporte. Interesting about Laporte. Any of you guys who follow me on my personal Twitter, Laporte is switched nationalities. And you can actually play for Spain in the Euros. That's mental, that. Mental. Absolutely crazy. Mendy, Fernandinho, Mahrez, Foden, and youngster Palmer. I thought Rory Delap, the lad who used to play for Stoke with a long throw in, I thought his son might get a bit of a run out tonight. But no, that's your Manchester City lineup. Let's have a look at the tunes. There's only one change in the Newcastle United lineup. You've got Martin Dubravka will play in goal, because obviously Darlow is injured. I don't think he'll risk Gillespie just yet. There might be a bit of rotation for the last two games against the relegated sides, but no, Manchester City, we don't want to be too much embarrassed. And then you've got the wing-back system. It'll be Jacob Murphy. I'm not really surprised to see Krafth, your right centre-back. I didn't think he had a bad game last time out, although I would have liked to see Clark, despite Clark's poor form. And then it'll be Fernandes in the middle of the three. Paul Dummett is the left of the three. Matt Ritchie as your wing-back, bombing up and down that wing. He's pictured on your screen. And then you've got John Joe Shelby, Joe Willock, Miggy Almiron. Not a big fan of Almiron in this formation. He's been sacrificed for the greater good. I get it. But individually, I think the lad's suffering in this team. Allan Saint-Maximin, big hopes on him tonight. Big hopes, because you're not expecting Joe Linton. I mean, don't get me wrong, Joe Linton has had a better last 10 games or so what he's had in his whole Newcastle career. But yeah, we're going to rely on ASM a lot than it. And then on the bench, you've got Gillespie, Kieran Clark, Matty Longstaff. Do you remember him, people? He gets a place on the bench. Andy Carroll, Dwight Gale, Jamal Lewis, Jeff Hendrick, Manquillo, and Sean Longstaff. So both Longstaffs are on the bench. Interesting. What is I saying in the comments before we get on with it? Matt Ritchie should be for captain. Ollie goes on to say, surely Matty starts in one of the next two games. I hope so, Ollie. Ollie, thank you very much for continuing to be a member of ours. And Brandon, who's out in Slovakia tonight. Yeah, he's always in a new country, isn't he? He is watching in, so nice to see you, Brandon, mate. Derek, thank you very much for your comment. Just going out, enjoy the game. We are safe. NUFC for life. Yeah, anyone thinks that we have a chance to get a result, I can't bring myself to bet on us getting anything. Got nothing to lose. Adrian's more positive there. Hope we go and show a similar display like we did against Leicester. That was massively surprising. Joe Linton versus Carson. Clean sheet bonus incoming from Sam. Sam will be joining us after work after 8 p.m. And I think we could have put Callum Harvey. Now, is that one of those names that have just been caught out there? I have, haven't I? I've been done there, haven't I? I've been fucking done there. That's going to be clipped up. Right, how many games does he need for a Premiership winners medal? I don't think that rule applies as much now, Martin. I know it used to be, where it used to be 10, then it used to be 5. And Brandon's asked, can I join in half-time, depending on the result? Of course you can, Brandon, just jump on as well. And the last comment before we move on is City playing a pretty weak team for their standards. Hopefully we'll go for a bit. I'm a little bit more optimistic seeing the 2 centre-backs in the goalkeeper, definitely, because I predicted 3-0 to City the Neath, but haven't seen that. I still think we'll go and do, but it gives us a little bit of hope to try and get a goal. But we are missing Callum Wilson. We're going to miss him terribly. But what we'll do now is we're going to go back and reflect on that great win against Leicester, and some fan clips.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Oh, what a performance that was tonight. I wasn't confident first to go into the game, particularly when I saw the lineup, when I saw Krafth was its centre-back. I thought he's going to get ripped a new one the night completely. But no, I have no chance. I thought instead, Soyuncu, he got ripped a new one the night instead.
Didn't he?
We should go out and get the lad. He's going to get, if we get this lad, he'll be guaranteed game time, 100%. If he goes back to Arsenal, I'm not sure he will. So that's why I'm saying we should pay the money and get this lad into the football club, because he's been fantastic since we signed him. He really, really has been brilliant.
What a performance. What a performance. Like, I did not expect that tonight. Like, how? How have we done that? Like, first off, we looked all right, and then we got, like, a couple of chances, and then Soyuncu, what the hell was he doing? Like, I thought that was Emil Krafth 2.0 there. And then Willock scored, obviously, and I was like, what the hell's happened? And then, obviously, just brilliant performance, I would say. I did not expect it. And yeah, I can say we are staying up.
It's funny. Maybe they just thought there was something in it, because Leicester, obviously they're a great side, but as you've probably said, they tail off a bit at the end of the season, and they were getting caught out. Not to criticise our performance, but it was as much Leicester were being very sloppy as well as we were on it. Like, I'm proud to be a Newcastle fan tonight, because we were very, very good. Bit of sloppiness towards the end, but we could have won 4-0, which would have been our highest victory under Bruce. Superb. I thought it was superb. There's not really a game that you can think of that you think we played that well. Like, of course, we've played well in games, but not 4-0 up against third in the league well.
I'm telling you guys, I have a lot to say on this channel. I'm telling you, I'm trying to get on for like 3 videos now. So I'm here in Jamaica, and I'm in this parish called St. Mary, and I'm the only Newcastle fan here. Giant Newcastle fan. I can tell you, I enjoy this game to the T, my friends. Oh my God! I'm telling you, when I was 4 up, I had this friend that I bet the whole thing. I bet this friend was going to end 4-2 Newcastle, and I literally won 100,000 Jamaican dollars on Sky Bet.
What?
What? On Sky Bet? How you've won 100,000?
Yes!
Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing.
The thing is that we're in this WhatsApp group where we bet each other about some Sky Bet stuff and some news and all of that, and we decided tonight we're going to bet on this game. I mean, my heart was pounding so bad, but I won, and this is crazy. This is really crazy.
That's insane. That's
I'm telling you,
insane.
oh my God, this is the day of my life. Hey, my God, look at this. Look at this beauty. Oh my God.
When he was injured, all of us knew how much we were missing him, but it just goes to show that 4th goal, the one how he hits it beautifully, hits the post, but he's there again. He just wants to score. He's just an absolute all-out striker. Like, when we signed him, I was really happy because I watched him playing that like previously, but he's just an out-and-out striker, and it's something that Like, he should be wearing the number 9 jersey. Like, he should be wearing our – Joel Linton needs to fuck off, and we need to put him in the number 9 jersey because he's just – every Newcastle loves him. Like, everywhere, mate, we love a striker. We love a number 9 that can finish 11 goals, isn't it? He's got 11 goals now.
12 now.
Well, 11 goals, and he's missed how much games, and he's just been so great for us, mate, to be honest.
The funny story was, I heard them say that Tielemans' 24th birthday was today, and I says to my dad, I wonder what the odds are on 4-2-4 against him. I know it's easy to say after the result, but he's in there and he will back us up. But I had 3-0 Leicester and Tielemans' assist, and I had 2-0 Newcastle, and I was about to cash out the 25 quid, and it was scored just as I was about to cash out. So I was quite happy winning. But I've got a question. I was sitting there thinking, when was the last time we were 4-0 up in a Premier League game? And I don't know the answer, so it's
Bournemouth last season.
Thank you. Bloody.
Fair enough. There you are.
Like an encyclopedia, isn't he? Well
Love
done,
that,
Dylan.
Dylan. 2 seconds.
Last half hour going.
That was so casual, wasn't it?
I know.
When
was it? I don't remember that one.
Just out of his pocket, wasn't it?
We're all just sat there like we've got no idea. Yeah, Bournemouth.
Someone had a joke up on Facebook earlier that the last time we scored 4 away from home was against Leeds in 2001. And I said I knew it wasn't that long because we beat QPR in the Championship 6-0 and then Bournemouth 4-1 last season. So, well, like, they're the ones that I know the most about. But we were fantastic, and that's what irritates me about us. I'd say it week in, week out. We have the attacking players. We actually can hurt teams on the counter, but we just never show enough intent, I suppose, is the best way to put it. But today it was spot on, and look, a lot of it was down to Leicester's mistakes, and we'll admit that. But at the same time, you don't score 4 at Leicester without actually getting at them and really taking it to them.
Yes, I thought our start against Arsenal was piss poor last week. We sat back quite deep and allowed Arsenal to go through us. And for a change, we had a brilliant first half and actually the best attacking football we have seen under Steve Bruce this whole season. And that's something which had a big impact on the result tonight. It has to be Willock for me. And if I have to say someone different, it has to be Matt Ritchie for me. Since Matt Ritchie has come into the squad and into the lineup, he has proven to be the difference between us going down and staying up. The leadership he brings into the lineup is massive, and it often goes underrated in current days. In fact, today he made some brilliant runs forward, and the through ball he put forward to Wilson. The curve and into the channels the Wilson runs into, that was brilliant from Matt Ritchie. And the deliveries has been brilliant from his left foot this second half of the season, quite well. And if I have to say someone different, it has to be Matt Ritchie for me.
Yeah, I think he's kind of an outlet. He's kind of that player where in each game, every opponent sees him as you got to mark him double. Got to be two players on him, and he's just kind of that outlet that other teams have to worry. And I think, other players have stepped up. I see Jacob Murphy just did a great job. He's not always doing he doesn't always do a 10, but he's got a solid 7 each time he's in. And I think, for example, another player is quite underrated that I think does a good job just trying to control that midfield is Shelby. Shelby just comes in, tries to keep that tempo. But yeah, I think other players, the injuries, have been a big part of this season, just really affected us. But when you see Callum Wilson, Allan Saint-Maximin in, it just shows what a different team this is. And the other questions, I think also Steve Bruce should give some credit, but not as much as what the players have done,
I don't know where it came from, to be honest. I think after last week's game, the players needed to perform. And I think today, having Willock actually starting a match in the middle made all the difference. He was just unstoppable in midfield. And then his energy around Shelby meant that he was able to maybe pull a bit more strings in midfield today. I mean, he's been pretty ineffective a lot of games. I've always seen him as a luxury player, to be honest. A luxury that we can't really afford in some games. But today he played well, and I think Willock starting, Saint-Maximin starting, Wilson starting, it made a massive difference all round.
Against Arsenal and against a few other teams recently, he has been absolutely shambolic. But I think delivery, cutting like up, kind of playing, not saying he is an Isaac Hayden player, but kind of breaking up the play a little bit and kind of obviously passing it through for Wilson to score. And obviously, did he deliver the corner for Dummett, or was it Ritchie? I can't remember.
Ritchie, I believe.
But yeah, I mean, his delivery was good. Passing was good. I mean, he's not going to be man of the match, but I think he's definitely one of the highest scorers.
Right, so that was the fans from the fan reaction show last Friday night. If you want to jump on and have your say tonight, please do. It is round about 10:15 tonight, so if you want to have your say, please jump on. Everybody ecstatic. Everyone over the moon, man. I mean, we didn't see that result coming, did we? It was like, where's that came from? High pressing, on the counter, pacing behind. It was a magnificent performance, and we've put a poll on. You might have seen a lot of polls on the community tab the last week or so, because we're making a video about the best goal of the season, best performance, and what have you. We're narrowing it down. So if you want to jump on the community tab, have a look at all them, get your votes in, because we'll be doing a video just after the weekend about everyone ecstatic about one that was mental, man. And I forgot to mention, and I wanted to highlight this because Thomas did bring it up, thoughts on Steve Bruce winning Manager of the Month. I said this on my personal Twitter, that I think in April, he has done magnificently well. Hear me out. 8 points from West Ham, from Liverpool, from Spurs and Burnley is a great achievement, no matter which area in the league you are. However, comparing that, which he did win Manager of the Month, I can't even speak. Compare that to the previous 7 months, 1 out of 10 for me. 1 out of 10. This April, you probably score him 8, 9 out of 10. But overall, that's his first ever Manager of the Month award ever in 20 years. That tells you how the level of Steve Bruce is. Not great, is it? Not great. And also seen another one. Will we give Manchester City a guard of honour? Thank you very much, Ricky. I probably would have thought so. Being champions, it'll be the respectful to do. It's a tradition in English football, so I would expect that to continue. I know Italian football adopted it. Claudio Ranieri did it with Inter the other day, didn't he? So yeah, I would have thought so as well. You got some ready, Lee? I've got no idea what that means. Love the memes made out of Bruce winning man of the match. Yes, sorry, Brandon. Yeah, I haven't got them on screen. No, they're all on our Instagram. If you want to follow us on Instagram. We've got nothing to lose today, says Nazelis. Should be playing a lot of the younger players today, test them against the champions. Granted, yeah, I think that should happen, but I do think you'll probably have better chance against Sheffield United and Fulham. You'll probably see a lot of rotated players, maybe even say the long staff start together for change. Really hope we have a go now. Would rather be hammered having a go than having to defend for 90 minutes. Same as me, Kevstar. Same as me. Go for it. Why not? I know you've lost Wilson, which he's clinical. We've got Joe Litton up top, but let's go out and wear the badge. Why not? Why not indeed? Pep for me. Says Tune Army Fan TV. And that 22 match streak was so sad. Yeah, what was it? 2 wins. 2 wins as well. How are the Gill? As in Roland's Gill, Paul? Is that what you're on about? Matty on the bench says Peter Griffin. Yes, he's happy as well. So everyone ecstatic about the Leicester result, which is brilliant. Let's get Sam's reaction after that. And this was instantly about 5 minutes after full time. Take it away, Sam.
Thank you, Mr. Lawler. Well, have we all got our breath back now? What a crazy game. Where did that come from? When we sat here, after that Arsenal game, such a drab display, lifeless, gutless, to bounce back like that, massive, massive credit to the players and Steve Bruce, the coaching staff. You have to give them credit. You have to. After a win like that, against a team like that, who will be in the Champions League next season, to go to their turf and be 4-0 up. Yes, all right, we conceded a couple of late ones, but a fantastic display. A proper Newcastle United display for the first time ever. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? brilliant relief to be safe for another year. Look, let's not make this. Look, mistakes have been made this year, but we've got away with it again. But yeah, fantastic counter-attacking display with some proper attacking intent from midfield. It would have been very easy for Steve Bruce to put in a Hendrick or whoever to kind of drop Shelvey and fit in Willock. We all said that Miggy was the one that should be dropped. He didn't. He dropped Sean. I wasn't convinced. I was wrong. It was the most attacking midfield he could put out. And they've smashed it. They went head-to-head with Maddison, Tielemans and Didi. 99 times out of 100, that Leicester midfield beats ours, wow. I'm still in shock, but it gives us real kind of confidence now to go into them last few games of the season. Nothing to fear, and, let's pick up some points. Let's finish as high as we can. So, top 10 is a bit out of reach, but, who knows? Who knows? What a win. What a win.
Sam Mulliner, wrong. Sam Mulliner, wrong. Let's just clip that down, shall we, people? He never admits he's wrong in messages. So Sam was very, very happy as well. Cheers, Mara. Right, champion. Ben goes on to say we were outclassed when it came to subs. That might have the difference today, yeah. Manchester City subs are very, very strong. We'll be talking about the lineups when the lads start coming in the next 5 minutes. And Sprucey's going to earn his lordship tonight. Manager of the month takes on the champions. Let's see how that goes down as well. Never had COVID, so no idea how it affected them, says Kenny. And have you got over Dummett yet? Yeah, I was in love with Paul Dummett last week. He's one of our own. Paul Dummett. He's one of our own. Matty, off the bench and score. How much? Go on then. Put your mouth where your money is. But how much are you going to put that on? Go on, put the bet on. Why not? Are you going to the Sheffield United game? Yes, Connor. Me, Adam, and Johnny are at the game. We've got it'll be a nice little test for the channel, having two teams on match day as well. Jonathan's went to say, hi, mate. How you doing? I'm in good spirits. Jonathan. Might not be that case of full time, no, but like I say, we'll talk about the result and what have you a little bit later on. I can see Matt getting ready in the background, so we'll bring him in after this clip. So here is Bruce and Willock discussing.
Oh, absolutely pleasing. I mean, it was especially first half. Some of our counter attack was excellent. I didn't think we'd be coming here today, to be brutally honest, and scoring 4 times, but. Yeah, delighted with the win. We played very, very well. Well, we said before the game, that he's forced his way into the pitch by what he's done as a sub. And as I said before the game, it was difficult for Sean. But I think for an hour there, until he tired a little bit, he was excellent. He's a really, really smashing young player. And I think that's his 5th goal he's got for us. So a wonderful return since, obviously, when we took him in January. Well, he's had to, and we knew you coming here. We had to have our goalkeeper playing well and the team playing well. And Martin, couldn't only be us. I'd be disappointed not to keep a clean sheet. Only us could give 2 goals away in the last 10 minutes and made it a little bit hairy. But overall, to come here and score 4, I'm obviously very, very pleased.
Yeah, we knew we had to get something out of today's game, and to come in and do it so convincingly. It's brilliant belief. For us to go to the next game. Obviously, come off the bench a few times and I scored, so I was knocking on the door. I told the manager I need to start, and he believed in me to put me in from the start, and hopefully I repaid him. We knew we had to come in and beat Georgia, away from home. They're top side, they're fighting for Champions League, so they're a really good side. So we knew we had to come in and defend together, and we had more than enough pace on the counter to get the goals that we did today. That's not how we wanted to finish the game. We wanted to stay on top of throughout the whole 95 minutes, and we didn't do that. That's a bit of disappointment that we're going to take away from the game. But I thought the boys done brilliant today. We work on that every day. In training all week, we've been trying to stay compact, and when we get the chance to go in behind them, we're going to be ruthless, and that's what we've done today. And I'm happy that Wolves can come back on the score sheet again and he can get 2 goals, and hopefully that gives him confidence.
Yes, we are joined by Matt. How are you, Matt?
Not too bad, thanks, mate. Yourself?
I think you could be our lucky charm because
I hope so.
Because last week you came on your first ever watch along, and I was talking to you before and think, are you a little bit nervous how it's going to go if you watch along? And and then you were treated to 4 goals. 4 goals. I was doing the Wijnaldum celebration there. I mean, describe last week to me, man.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, it took a little bit of the celebration away that Sam was ahead of us in the street because he was going, we scored another one. We scored again. And I couldn't believe it. I thought he was taking the piss every time. I didn't know if he was having us on or not. But it's not often you see Newcastle score 4 goals. Never mind against a top form team like Leicester. Incredible, absolutely incredible team performance. And it wasn't to just be a part of it and watch it with the lads. It was nice to actually have a bit of luck for once. And obviously that's now secured us our survival in the Premier League for another season.
Yeah, it will be fantastic as well. I'm freezing a couple of times, so apologies about that, people. But can you still hear me all right, Matt?
Yeah, not a problem.
I'm just frozen, but what can I do? What we'll do then is we're going to obviously look at the lineups very shortly, but we've got a clip. Who's going to replace Callum Wilson? We know it's Joe Linton, but I spoke to Peter about that the other day.
The last couple of days we've seen news of Callum Wilson's out injured. I was joking on to you off camera saying it's a good time to be injured if there was ever a sense of that because we are safe. But no question we're going to miss him on Friday. No question his goals have kept us up.
They certainly have. Without his goals, we'd definitely be in that bottom 3 by a mile. Considering all the other strikers we've got who are just not good enough at this football club. Joe Linton, he's not really a striker. Dwight Gale is championship quality, and Andy Carroll, I think his time's done in terms of Premier League football. I must say, I think we've got to go next season and look for a backup striker for Callum Wilson, I must say.
Well, let's talk about the striking since we're on Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson's going to be missing the last 3 games. Does Bruce go with the same formation, but just change the personnel up top? And who does he bring in up top?
I think he will keep the formation the same. I think he'll just make one change I can see up front, and that is I think he will bring Joe Linton in for Wilson on Friday because Gale has not been getting a look in recently, and Andy Carroll has he hasn't been getting a look in recently as well, and Joe Linton's been getting picked more out of the previous 2, so I think it'll be Joe Linton on Friday's start.
Just on Joe Linton, dead briefly, I know he's never going to hit 40 million price tag that was paid for him, but has his performances the last 5 to 10 games gone up a little bit of a notch?
They have a little bit, but is it much progression? I don't think it is, unfortunately. I mean, it's still been a lot of the same from last season where he's been constantly giving the ball away, his holding play has been abysmal, and I think we should either be looking to offload him, but that is the problem. I don't think we're going to get as much as what we paid for him. But they haven't been bad, but it's still not good enough in my opinion.
He's not going to get you 10 goals plus a season, is he? Whereas Callum Wilson is, even though he misses a lot of the games through injury.
Right, we are back, everybody. I'm getting some stick about my wife, and I've got a good reason why. And I've got a good comeback as well. I've waited for this. Right, let's get Sam's comment on Lee's rubbish Wi-Fi. Okay, we'll keep that going. Lee, you want to upgrade your broadband as well. Brandon's jumping on me as well, telling me to pay my bills when Lee is free now. Are you behind on payment, Lee? Where's the other one? Didn't realise they had dial-up in the northeast. Well, Mr. Mulliner pays for his broadband to electricity company. That tells it all. And I've got to make him look good because I can always put your Shearer interview back out if you'd like, Sam, for the unedited version, if you'd like. Oh, no, Shearer clip. He knew that was coming. But the reason being is I'm actually streaming my camera via Wi-Fi tonight. Hence why it's taking up more bandwidth. So I do freeze. I do apologise. I am testing a couple of different stuff out, ready for going to games and stuff. Jay in Atlanta has joined us as well. Nice to see you, Jay. Matt, I wanted to talk to you about, we predicted it would be Joe Linton. What's your thoughts?
I'm not disappointed. I think, this is pretty much a free hit. They're champions, we're safe. So the only thing we're playing for now is position in the Premier League. So, play around with the system, have a go at City tonight. It's pointless sitting back and trying to keep a clean sheet tonight because what's the point? It's not like we need a point to stay up or anything like that. So stick him on, play him maybe as a number 9 or as up top with Saint-Maximin. We'll see what role Saint-Maximin plays alongside him today. Give him a chance to build some confidence in the running. You know, Andy Carroll's probably on his way out. Dwight Gale maybe on his way out as well. You know, if Joe Linton is going to be here next season, there's no reason why we shouldn't give him the last run of games to try and build that confidence going into the end of the season, hopefully carrying that throughout the summer break and into next season as well. Because if he bags tonight and maybe gets one over in the last couple of games, you know, that's going to give him the world of confidence, and hopefully we will use him next season. I don't really want to see him moved on just yet, because, well, more than anything, we won't get half of the money that we paid for him. But I think he still does deserve a chance, especially in a game like this where there's little to no consequence, because your other option is Andy Carroll up top, which is uninspiring to say the least.
Yeah, it is. We're going to play another clip as I've decided to freeze again. I know why that is. I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm using the camera via Wi-Fi tonight. Manchester City, how do we stop them? I spoke to Peter the other day about this.
How do we hurt Man City? Where are their weaknesses?
I think it has been at the back a bit lately. Their attacking wise is very deadly. It's very frightening. It really is. I think if we target their defence, we might cause them problems, I must say, but it's going to be a bit of a big ask, because without Callum Wilson, who's going to be a massive loss for us. So are you going to have to rely on the likes of ASM to do that? Possibly. But
it's to try and get in behind, really, because Diaz has been brilliant. Diaz has been sensational. Is it the full-backs where you try and get in behind?
Yes, I agree. Give them, see what they could do, go at them and see if we could really test them out, is what I'm most likely to do.
And we are expecting the game. I'm sure Pete's going to agree on this. I think Manchester City will have all the ball. That's to be expected. 65% possession will have you, and Newcastle will try and, I say try, maybe the last 10 minutes to come out. Let's get some predictions, Pete. I've already said 3-0. Because every time I say we get beat, there's always a surprise. I'm just going to keep saying defeat. What you go with?
2-0 City. Yeah, I was thinking 2-2 at first, but since Callum Wilson got that injury, it's maybe changed. So I'm going to go 2-0 to City.
So yeah, we are negative there. Sorry, chaps. But let us know in the comments. Please do head over to Pete's channel, PD Proudlock. There's a link in the description for that as well. He'll be on the Four Horsemen Toon Review on Monday. He's got all these videos after the game. You might even see him on our channel as well.
And I've got another live show on Saturday as well, 8 PM.
There you go. And you might see him on the fan reaction show as well, because he's normally first up. But that's it. Smash that like if you can do. That'll be wonderful.
Right, we are back then. So I put the green screen off, so you'll probably see my camera work a lot more better because it's not on the Wi-Fi now. And we're joined by Mr. Carl Hall. How are you, Carl, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
I'm not bad, not bad. You would have heard just from Peter there. We're not very optimistic. I've gone 3-0. He's gone 2-0. Before we take a look at the lineups, what's yours, lads? I'll go with you, Carl. What's your prediction first?
I'm gonna go 2-2.
Ooh, well, like we did at St. James's Park a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
A couple of worldies that game. It was De Bruyne and Shelby, wasn't there? Some actually corkers. Positive. I like it, Matt.
I'm going to go even more positive, because why not? 1-0 Newcastle. I reckon Willock's going to bag it for us.
Willock again. Well,
aye.
I'll stick to 3. No, I'm going to stick to it, because every time I say we get beat, we'll win. So I'll stick to it as well. Carl, you would have seen. I'll get it up for everybody now. You would have. Well, have you seen the goalkeeper for Manchester City?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've seen that Scott Carson's in goal.
What's your
interesting? Interesting. I don't know any reasoning as to why Edison's been dropped or whatever. Or I don't know whether it's a dig from Pep Guardiola to say that he doesn't trust that we're going to score any goals, so he's just going to chuck Scott Carson in there. But yeah, no, fair play. It's good to see him still playing football. So, that's one of the reasons that I think we're potentially going to get a couple of goals. And I think Maximin and Joe Linton could do well against Acker and Garcia tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Matt, giggling at your comment there. Good to see him still playing football. I mean, how old is he? He's got to be 39, 40.
Well, I think he's actually 35. Yeah,
he's younger than you'd think. But the thing is, he's not played in the Premier League for 10 years. His last appearance is in 2011 in the Premier League, which is mental.
That is mental.
That's incredible. That's absolutely insane. So that's positivity. Scott Carson, can we test him? I'm sure long distance hits, maybe from Shelby, maybe from Ritchie, perhaps. pepper the goal. Why not? Why not? You've got a third choice goalkeeper. You know, you've seen it last season with Spurs when they put Vorm in goal for the FA Cup and they went out against Norwich. Jody Sancaster, evening, Carl. How are you, mate? Yeah, I think it's sound. The two centre-backs, Matt. Have a look at that. Garcia, who's probably off her way back to Barcelona in the summer, and then Ake. I think that's the weakest in the whole of the Manchester City outfield.
I think this is why I'm going so positive. I think we've got a really good chance of just nicking a goal here because those centre backs, like you say, aren't the strongest. Garcia's got 1 foot out the door. He's not going to care. Ake, I don't think has played in a very long time through injury, at least not started. And Cancelo is a quality player, but he really loves to get forward and join the attack. So if we can get Saint-Maximin on the break, bursting down in that gap that Cancelo leaves, Joe Linton could physically bully these defenders. Garcia is not the tallest lad in the world. Ake is physical in the air, but he's not the tallest lad in the world. So if Joe Linton wins that physical bat tonight, we could really have a chance of bullying those centre-backs into a stupid mistake or us creating something magical through Saint-Maximin or maybe even Joe Willock joining that attack.
Carl, would you agree on that? The two centre-backs?
Yeah, personally, I've never been a huge fan of Nathan Ake. I think there's been there's potential there for him, but he's definitely got mistakes in him. Like Matt's just said, he's not played much. I'll be honest, I didn't even realise he'd signed for Man City. That's how much attention Nathan Ake has got of mine. Like, I can't even remember when he signed for Man City. I'm really excited to see Maximin causing problems tonight. I think he will do, definitely.
And Cancelo's obviously, for me, he's the best right back in the league. I think he's gone up a brilliant level the last 12 months. But Matt, are you comfortable with him being at left back, or is that is that a weakness?
I think that's not a weakness really, because he plays there for Portugal. For his national team, he plays at left back because I think Leicester's Ricardo Pereira plays at right back for them. So he's capable of playing on that side, but like I said, he does like to join the attack, so there will be gaps in behind him. It's whether Rodrigo is going to fill in those gaps. We know City are a very expansive attacking team. It's whether that holding midfielder of Rodrigo is just going to drop in between the defenders to give them that extra support when the fullbacks do get forward. Kyle Walker scored against us, I think, maybe not the last time we played them, but a couple of games ago. So we know he likes to get forward as well. I'm glad to see Fernandinho's missing tonight because he can really change a game when he's on form. You won't get the ball. He won't, like Saint-Maximin will be out the game if Fernandinho's playing, but I think he might have more of a chance against someone like Rodrigo.
Yeah, Sam's in the comments. He'll be joining Carl and Matt about 8:10, and they were talking about bands and concerts and maybe Curry's is on the agenda at night. So stay tuned. Get your Sky Sports on mute as well. Nice to see Jay in Atlanta. I know you've been busy gallivanting, Jay, so yeah, good to see you. And Ollie's obviously went on to say there, I think Castle's last game was against us at St. James Park when we bottled a 3-goal lead, of course. Sam went to say, stay tuned. Back to the lineup then. What a season for Gundogan. Carl?
Yeah, he's I think he had quite a slow start when he came into the Premier League. There was a lot of hype around him, and he's certainly starting to pick up and deliver on that. I've always been a big fan of Gundogan. He's always going to be difficult to play against, but I think with Joe Willock coming into the middle with what looks like, I think we might be playing 3 in the middle with Miggy, Shelby, and Joe Willock. I say we're going to try and keep him quiet, but then that frees up the likes of Bernardo Silva, who I'm also a big fan of. So, that midfield battle is going to be a difficult one, and one I'm interested to see. But I think we probably won't come out on top with that one.
Matt, is he the most improved Manchester City player?
Without a doubt. It's between him and Cancelo, I think, for this season especially. But it's really only been since the winter break that Gundogan stepped up. He's been in and around the squad, obviously, all season, but he's been absolutely outstanding so far. Like Carl says, he's been a good player for a long, long time. He's fantastic under Klopp at Dortmund. I think he was part of that team that went all the way to the Champions League final. Might be wrong there, but any German midfielder that grows up admiring, Schweinsteiger and Kroos and all those kind of fantastic on the ball midfielders, they're going to be confident to play in that midfield. So, but then, like you say, you might mark him out the game, then you got Bernardo Silva just pops up and he's a wizard as well. So it's going to be interesting to see where that ball goes in the middle, because They've got no De Bruyne, got no Foden. It looks like it is going to be a front three, a solid front three with an out-and-out striker, which City don't usually play when Aguero is not fit. They usually play a false nine. So it'll be interesting to see if they stick with that rigid formation or if they play their usual fluid style with the players kind of shifting from midfield into attack. And if they do that, then that is going to leave gaps for us to break forward, especially like players like Joe Willock getting on the ball and carrying the ball forwards for us.
I'm buzzing Aguero's not playing because he loves a goal against her.
He does, doesn't he?
Absolutely loves a goal. I know he has wound down. He's kind of turned this season into a bit part player, but I love the fact he's not playing. But Bernardo Silva, Torres, Sterling, Jesus. So we're thinking Jesus is the striker, Sterling's to the left, Torres to the right, and Bernardo on the 10. Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, either that or, Bernardo even a little bit deeper and just him and Gundogan as the two centre mids. He has played that role, but I imagine he's the more attacking of the two, or even both of them just getting forward if they are dominating the ball. And Rodrigo is going to be that placeholder for them. But they are on their worst run of form this season, I think. 2 losses in 4 games, which is, yeah. But if Leeds can do it, we can do it.
Oh, God, he's very optimistic just because he worked in Leeds. Right. Right, I'm going to come to you again, Carl, for that. How do you stop that front 3 and 4?
I think
tight, high press.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't press higher. I just think that we've got to stick tight. I think that kind of 3, or 5 with the wing backs is proved to work out quite well for us. I don't know who's starting at centre half. I must be honest, I haven't seen. I imagine is it Federico Fernandez?
Yeah, it's the same 3.
Yeah, obviously the only one that will worry is Emil Krafth. But that being said, he didn't do too much wrong in the previous game. But it's going to be a difficult night. But like I said, I expect City to score goals. I just think that we've got a really good opportunity to score goals as well. It's not so much about stopping them scoring tonight. I think it's just us taking our opportunities as well, because I think they will come.
Yeah, the bench, they've got the American Stefan. Diaz, who's up there for contender player of the season. Stone's another one who's had a great season. Laporte, as I touched upon earlier, he's now qualified to play for Spain. I mean, that's mental. Mendy, so they've got a lot of defensive-minded players. Fernandinho is another. We're likely to see Mahrez and Phil Foden. Last question before we get on to the tune, Matt, I'll come to you. Phil Foden, should he go to Euros? And secondly, should he start?
You should. I mean, if Southgate's got half a brain cell, you should be building the starting 11 around Foden. I mean, you can have your opinions on him, fair enough, argue in the comments all you like, but for me, he's one of the most talented footballers the planet's seen, arguably since Messi broke through. He's just... the way that Guardiola's managed him to get him to reach his full potential at such a young age. I know he's 21 now, I think, but that's still a relatively young player. He could captain that England side easily because he just plays with that confidence and swagger that you just know that he's going to create something in the game for you. And you stick him alongside players like Grealish, like Kane, those players that have the winning mentality in them. I know Kane hasn't necessarily won anything with Spurs, but he's practically carried them to a Champions League final. Grealish, who will win you a game on his own. And there's heaps of attacking talent in the England side that could go. But Foden should be the first name on that team sheet for me. I don't know if you guys agree, but he's an absolutely outstanding talent.
Yeah, he has to go. But number one, then there's so I think you're all right, man. Offensively, England are, and this is probably the best chance to ever win it, considering a lot of the games are played in Britain as well. But yeah, another one. Graham's went on to say Jack Grealish. We'll do a lot of England videos once the season dies off, because let's face it, there's not going to be much Newcastle news kicking about. But let's we're talking about Newcastle. Carl, you haven't seen it. I'll let you just have a little scour over that. There's one change basically.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Joe Linton for Callum Wilson. Let's start Joe Linton, because Matt had his say a little bit earlier. Were you expecting it to be him?
Yeah, I would personally, because I don't think we've got another striker, if you can call him striker. But yeah, I thought he was in good form. But he was always going to be dropped when Callum Wilson was ready to come back into the side properly. Unfortunately, he was going to be one of the scapegoats. But prior to that, I thought he was in good form. So Credit where it's due. You know, again, I'm not singing Joe Linton's praise in terms of saying he's worth that £40 million, but he's been a lot better than what he has been previously. So I'm not surprised it's him, to be honest. I wouldn't know who else to put up there.
Gail Carroll.
Yeah, but it's I think I think the thing that surprises me is that he's gone with this particular side. I expected more of the younger lads to be playing, to be honest.
I'll be disappointed if they don't get at least a run out at Sheffield United and Fulham because they're down. And I'm sure they'll want to probably try and look at maybe bringing some of their youth academies in for next season themselves, basically just seeing who's going to stick around. NUFC for life, would you take Madison? No, I wouldn't. Not ahead of the other two, what we just mentioned just before. But if there was an injury, yeah, of course. ESM, how much is the pressures on him tonight, Matt, to perform without any Wilson?
I mean, it's massive. I think he'll thrive under this, though, because he knows that this is the best team or one of the best teams in the world. All eyes are going to be on him, and I think he thrives under that kind of pressure. So unless he gets kicked up a height by Rodrigo in that midfield, I think he'll have a good game. I hope he has a good game, because if he doesn't, I can't see where any of our chances are going to come from. I think he'll do all right. If he gets the ball at his feet and he gets his head down, he can run at Garcia, he can run at Ake, and I think he'll have a decent chance of success getting past them. It's whether he can break past the midfield in the first place, because realistically, we're not going to have a lot of the ball. We're not going to have a lot of possession in this game. So it's getting the ball to him, getting it to him in dangerous areas and getting the support around it. Because if there's no supporting players, then they're just going to pile 3-4 men onto Saint-Maximin. And he's fantastic, but he can't beat 10 men on every possession. You know, he needs support up there, and hopefully Joe Linton can offer that to him today.
Yeah, ESM's the one that we want and pin my hopes on, because we're going to have to score the night, maybe a couple of 2-3s to try and win it. But we'll go now deep into midfield. Then Miggy, I talked to Peter Carl about this. In this midfield, he's suffering personally, but it's for the greater good. Where do you stand on Miggy?
I'm struggling to see what is off. The way we're trying to utilise him, I don't see where he's offering anything for the side at the moment. I think I appreciate what people are saying in terms of sacrificing for the greater good, but I wouldn't. I'd put Sean Longstaff in there or Matty Longstaff. Like, I don't think sacrificing Miggy is difficult. I think because he's quite not one dimensional is the wrong way to put it, but pardon?
Athletic.
Yeah, I was going to say one-dimensional, but I think that's the wrong way to put it. You know, he's very black and white. He's either getting forward or he's sprinting back and defending. You know, if you take that away from him, he's not a centre midfielder. Like you say, he's a small lad as well. He hasn't got much about him in terms of physique. And the Premier League is a very physical league. I just think it's a shame to keep putting him in there, because when he doesn't perform, we get on his back, and that will just knock his confidence even more. You know, I'd rather just put someone like Sean or Matty Longstaff in there at the moment.
Yeah, it's one of them things that he's running around, and probably a lot of his work is going to be off the ball tonight as well.
We've seen how excellent he can be when he was at Atlanta and when he's in that Paraguay squad, when he's playing in the right position. If we're not going to do that, then don't play him, in my opinion.
Yeah, do totally agree. Michael's went out and say, just found out Scott Carson was the goalkeeper Santi weekend. It was Rob Ayres' goal, wasn't it? From out wide when we beat Liverpool 1-0 on his. That was Scott Carson's debut for Liverpool when they bought two keepers, didn't they? No, both Kirkland and Dudek originally, didn't they? Yes, keep me right. But yes, it was Scott Carson. Good knowledge of that, Michael. And then we go into John Joe. Now, John Joe last week, Matt, played as literally the sitting, which you don't really see often from him. He just sat, didn't get forward. He done basically what Hayden does for us. Not as aggressive, but interesting role, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was really impressed with him last week. I'd take my hat off, because I criticise him pretty much every week. I criticise him pretty much every week, and honestly, he'd stepped up. And looking forward to next season, I want to see us playing with a couple of holding midfield, so Hayden and another midfielder that can break up the play, and then hopefully Willock can have another season here. Let him, if Miggy's still here, Miggy, Saint-Maximin, Wilson, and another attacking player have a front four, and have a couple of holding midfielders. And if Shelvey can do that role, I'd much rather someone like him with his passing ability to sit in there as well. Because if he can break up the play like he did last week against teams like Man City, I'm just saying that we're giving them a guard of honour as I'm going, which doesn't sit right with me. But yeah,
do you not think that's respectful, being the guard of honour?
Don't see the point. It's just like if so. Can you imagine if Sunderland won the league and we had to clap them on to the pitch if they came to our ground? It doesn't sit right with us. I don't know. It's just something that.
Well, I'm just laughing at Brandon. Matt, you didn't get me joke before. He goes, "I'll take my hat off," and he goes, "I'm not taking mine off."
Oh, I didn't hear you. My headphones cut out. I was wondering what you said.
I was thinking he hasn't got that, and Brandon's then went on to have another joke saying, "Oh God." Yeah, we'll ask this question because I'll call you like a bit of a bite, don't you, on the stream as well. Jared went on to say, "Why do you support such an awful club?" Well, Jared, let me tell you, I support my local side from Newcastle. That's why I support my local side. So it doesn't matter what division we are in, whether it's League 2, League 1, Championship, or Premier League. I will be there week in, week out, supporting my local side. Thank you. Moving on. I can just be as bad, Carl. I can just be as bad. Yes, edition. Come on, be fair, says Geordie. See, Geordie's with me as well. Right. 3 more minutes before kick off. We'll quickly rattle through. Joe Willock and Matt Ritchie call. Service and getting forward for Joe Willock. We need that to happen.
Yeah, 100%. You know, Matt Ritchie is probably the best deliverer of a ball in the side. Jacob Murphy's obviously got that in him as well, but Matt Ritchie's been absolutely excellent since he's come back into the squad, and arguably one of the reasons that we're staying up, in my opinion. You know, he's Joe Willock will be sprinting forward into that 6-yard box as he does every week. We'll be looking for those headers. So yeah, I think him and Matt Ritchie will have already had a long conversation today about what type of game they're going to be playing. I expect him to be crossing from deep, looking for Willock on the edge of that 6-yard box for those glancing headers that he usually puts in the back of the net.
Jared, thank you very much. A little bit of respect goes both ways, so thank you very much, Jared. Yes, you got your answer. So I'll apologise also if I sounded a bit right. Okay, and he's went on to say I take meds, and I was he's in the Mickey taken. So good. He's got a bit of banter about him. Brandon might be coming in half time. Carl, just to give you the heads up.
Okay.
Right then. So there's the defence. It's the same as ever. Emil Krafth is probably the one that we're going to put a circle around if you want to look at that. And I think Jacob Murphy needs to be very wary of his defensive duties as well as Matt Ritchie. So what's happening? Well, until Sam comes, basically, I am going to be disappearing. And Sam will be joining the stream. I think you said about quarter-past 8 off the top of my head. Was that right, Carl?
I believe so. I don't know, mate. You know just as much as me.
I think it's because he's finishing work, isn't he?
Yeah.
But with the Euros coming up, I told the lads this actually earlier on. I've just ordered myself a couple of England tops with Shearer on the back. I'm going to disappear, but have a look at these England shirts. The class links in the description of that.
Very nice, very nice. Look, anything you look else? Can't talk, mate. Fucking hell. Anything from there that you'd look to be purchasing yourself?
I might get myself another England top. I've got a couple already, but with the Euros coming up, then might treat myself. You know, use the code to get a bit of discount. So
yeah, definitely. There was a nice bomber jacket on there that I think it was the 1990 red one. It was lovely. Might get that. Oh, but yeah, it's positive then, mate. So you actually think we might get a 1-0 win out of this tonight?
I don't see why not. I mean, it screams 78th minute Raheem Sterling penalty, doesn't it, with Krafth playing but it's just, I don't know. It's one of those games. There's no pressure on either team. They can both play football the way they want. Shelby might be able to unleash some of his passing. So Maximin's hopefully going to have a stormer, just run head on at anyone he feels like. And I think Joe Linton will play with a bit more freedom because there's no pressure on him to get that goal today. Just having a look at the way we have started the game, it looks like Willock is getting forward and playing as almost a supporting striker role, which will be interesting to see if we kind of form a front three rather than Willock being part of that midfield. But yeah, I'm fairly confident. That back line isn't the best in the world, and they do have attacking fullbacks. So if we can hit them on the counter, like Lee mentioned, I work covering Leeds games. So I watched Leeds play City a couple of weeks ago, and Leeds executed the game plan perfectly. It went up early on and put the high press on when they needed to, but they didn't overextend themselves. Got an unfortunate red card. And then nicked it at the end with a nice counter-attack. So that's the way to do it. We've done it in the past. No reason we can't do it again.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. I think I'm with you. I just think that without any pressure at all, the likes of Maximin and Joe Linton, I expect to have a good game. Like I almost think that if Max is at it today, which I expect he should be, like you said, because all eyes are on him, and it's a Friday night, the potential for you should be looking at this to be the best player on the pitch. You know what I mean? Because yes, there is Gundogan and Bernardo Silva on there, but he's got the potential to reach those heights for me. So I expect him to have a very good game tonight. But I'm not as optimistic as you in the sense that I think we're gonna concede. we're gonna concede.
No, I think I just stat popped up on the screen there. Gundogan's actually City's top scorer this season, which I hadn't realised. I didn't.
Really?
Obviously, Aguero's not been fit. I don't know if that's just in the Prem or in all competitions, but I suppose he has been banging them in recently. Yeah, it's nice when you can have your midfielder chip in with a few goals, isn't it?
Oh no, definitely. How many did he get? I missed it.
I'll quickly. I didn't actually show it. Just said he was top scorer. I'll quickly look him up.
Interesting.
But yeah, I think it's going to be. Hopefully, it's a good game. I mean, even if it is 7-0 City, I hope it's entertaining.
Yeah, that's it, mate. It's one of them, isn't it? There's, it means nothing at the end of the day. We just want to see the lads perform.
Yeah.
What we?
Oh yeah, bloody hell! Yeah, I can't tell you if this is all competitions only. I think it is all competitions. Gundogan's got 16 goals this season. Second place is tied between Foden, Sterling, and Mahrez with 14 each. Foden, I mean, if anyone disagreed with me earlier saying that he shouldn't get called up for England, he's got 14 goals for City this season, presumably in all competitions there, which is the second top. And he also has 10 assists, which is second only to De Bruyne, who with 17 assists. So shows you how important he is to that City team and how important he could be to that England team as well.
Yeah, I genuinely don't think there could be anyone out there, no disrespect, in their right mind that thinks Phil Foden shouldn't be taken to or starting for England in the Euros. I agree with you, mate. Like, he has such a high ceiling. It's just like, it's incredible where it's come from, that, like you said, that Pep's been able to get this out of him at such a young age. And I agree as well. Like, I dislike Aston Villa quite a bit, but credit where it's due. Like, Jack Grealish has stepped up in the Premier League. Yes, he's been out for quite a bit this year, but you can see the difference in how Aston Villa play without him in the side, and he's got that, dare I say, he's got that sort of Gaza prowess about him.
He's
on and off the pitch, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's an entertaining player to watch. That's for sure. The reason I would take him, Grealish, that is just, I don't endorse cheating. I don't endorse diving, but if you want to win the Euros, you've got to have some element of coyness about you. You've got to be smart, know when to go down under a touch. And I think some players that we might include are a bit too honest, and he is not on that end of the spectrum. So he could win the free kick that Trippier bangs in top corner to send us to the cup final. He'll win you a game on his own, on his day. He's not Mr. Consistent, but we saw when he did get called up to the England squad, admittedly it wasn't against the hardest opposition, but he shone the brightest.
Yeah.
So we are stacked when it comes to attacking players. You've got Rashford, Mount, Foden, Kane, then your strikers like Calvert-Lewin, Bamford, even Wilson. And that's before you even get to Sancho and Greenwood, players like that. So even with a 26-man squad this year, if that is confirmed, it'll be difficult to justify which players go and which players don't.
Just out of interest, Matt, because when you rattle through those names, you think, Jesus fucking Christ, like we've got some actual talent, and we've always had talent, and we've always looked at it and thought, this is our best opportunity to go and do something. Which England side would you liken this new crop to? Like which side of the past would you liken them to, if any?
I don't think I would. It's just they're so. It's a different era now. It's just I always get into arguments with it. You know how you do with your mates. Who should be going to England? What should we be playing? I think personally, like we should be playing a back 3/back 5 because we've got ball playing centre backs, and our fullbacks are not fullbacks anymore. They're wing backs. Luke Shaw playing fantastic football this season, getting loads of assists, and on that right hand side, you've got a plethora of right backs, none of which are good defensive right backs, apart from maybe Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's apparently turning to snub England because he doesn't get called up. So you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's coming back into form. You've got Reece James, and I mean I'll just name those two because they're the two I think that'll end up going. But they're wasted as sitting in fullbacks. So and I can't remember the last time, apart from obviously in very, very recent years, that England played a back 3 or a back 5. I mean, I'm still young in my England career. I haven't watched England at that many major tournaments, but it should be, for me, it should be back 3 or a back 5, depending on how you see it, with 2 holding midfielders. And then you've got your front 4 to just go and do their thing. No need to defend. We'll see how Southgate sees it. Harry Maguire is going to be a big blow, big miss for the England side if he is out for them. It'll be interesting to see how that lines up. But I'm sure we'll do videos on that on here on NFTV discussing all that nonsense.
Definitely. Do you think Southgate's the man to get a tune out of these boys, though, mate?
It's a weird job, international management. I never consider it to be like, it's not a managerial job. It's like a diplomatic job. I don't know. It's like when Roy Hodgson was the manager, and you just like, really? Like, I can't, apart from Bobby, I can't remember the last time an England manager was a manager, like a proper, like motivate these guys manager. I'm trying to think of other international. I mean, you look at Joachim Löw, or Löw, however you pronounce it, the Germany manager who I think's retired now. I don't know if that's just going to count as our first shot on target there, Joe Willock. I don't know if it counts. But yeah, like he through and through was a good manager, and he knew how to motivate players and bring youth into the side, constantly bringing in the new crop of players so they were ready for the next thing when these players retired. And England haven't had that for a very, very long time. And I'm not sure who is the right man, to be honest. Maybe it is Southgate, the waistcoat mania at the last World Cup. But, if he wins the Euros, which he could well do with this squad, then, I'll be eating my words and he's the best manager ever. But proof's in the pudding, he's not won anything. He got us to a good stage in the World Cup. How much that was down to luck, how much it was down to the players as opposed to the management is a matter of debate. But it's one of those ones you can't really judge an international manager on the results because they never really have a solid run of games to work with the squad and work with a solid squad, which I'm just nattering on now. But Southgate's come out in the past and said, even though these players aren't in the best form, I'm picking these players because I want to keep the same core players coming to every international break because they're the players that I think we need to build around, even if they aren't in the best form of their lives. We saw Harry Maguire getting called up when he wasn't in fantastic form, things like that. And even people like Pickford, little T-Rex arms, who consistently gets the number 1 shirt despite not necessarily earning it. That could be a good managerial tactic. Might not be. We'll see come June, July, won't we?
Yeah. Last question about England, mate, and I'll shut up. You mentioned it there.
I enjoy it.
Who do you genuinely think is, like, based on form? If you're Southgate and you're taking people on form, not just who you think is the best goalkeeper per se, because if they've not been playing this season, who do you take in form? Is there a case for Darlow?
You see, if he'd played until the end of the season, maybe. The only case that I could potentially make for Darlow is third choice, because even though Dean Henderson did have a bit of a shocker last night, was it last night? I think it was last night or the night before against Liverpool.
Yeah, it was last night, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been consistently good this season as well. And Nick Pope has been, for a few seasons now, has been a really good shot stopper. Personally, Nick Pope's my number one choice. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Let us know in the comments, obviously, who you'd be taking. You've got a lot of options. You know, some people saying Sam Johnson for West Brom, and just because of the sheer volume of shots that he faces in that West Brom goal, he pulls off quite a number of saves, and obviously ex-Man United player as well. So he must be of some calibre. But no, I don't really think that there can be a case for Darlow going. You know, generally you take two senior goalkeepers, and a third choice is usually a younger goalkeeper with a view to bleeding them in. And I think Dean Henderson is probably that younger player, and Carl Darlow's past that age now, really. I know he looks youthful, but I think he's 28, 27.
I think he might be even 29, mate.
Yeah. I'll quickly look him up, but he can't really justify
how long he's been between us and Nottingham Forest, to be fair, don't you?
Yeah, he's 30. Bloody hell! Yeah, he's 31 this year. Wow, well, he looks good for 31.
Yeah,
but no, he's if there was international friendlies earlier on in the season when he was in that stunning form, then absolutely yes, there's a case to be made that he can be included in those squads, but for an international cup competition, that stakes are pretty high for this, because you've got the World Cup next year as well, which is weird,
isn't it? It really is, isn't it? Like you've just said that, I was like, no, that's not possible. But yeah,
but it's in the winter, isn't it? As well, it's winter 22, I think, is the right one, because it's in Qatar, so they have to play it over the winter. So, anyway, but so obviously this Euros, it's builds confidence for every international team. So if you get far in this competition, then you're going to believe that you can go far in the World Cup. So you don't. Ferran Torres just going close there.
Good evening,
getting in front of
everyone.
Krafth. Oh, bloody hell! Hello.
How are we?
Good, mate. You?
I am now.
Have you just got back? Have you?
Yeah, I've seen everything that's happened so far, but yeah, I've just got in.
You thoughts on the first 13, 14 minutes, mate?
It's been okay, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been fine. I mean, we're obviously going to set up as we are. It's not as defensive as I thought it would be, actually. But considering, it's Man City.
Yeah,
they're going to have a lot of the ball. So, but it's not been too bad. Got to test the keeper.
That's it.
Yeah, I think the danger's already coming from Cancelo pushing forward on that left-hand side. He's just a minute ago fed a ball into Torres, which was great. But it's just that's the trouble. They're going to dominate a lot of the ball in the midfield, and then we're going to drop back, and then those full-backs and those midfielders are just going to sneak between those lines.
Are you trying to tell me that Emil Krafth can't cope with Cancelo?
We're saying, I don't know if you were watching the live stream earlier, but we're saying it reeks of a 78th minute Raheem Sterling penalty from Emil Krafth tripping over his toe or something, doesn't it?
I'm hearing you.
So, what are you scranning there?
Sweeties.
Any specific sweeties?
What are they? Drumstick sweeties.
Ooh, chewy sweeties.
Lovely.
Yeah. Why not? It's the end of my working week. I've just finished 7 days on the spin.
Treat yourself.
Weekend off for a change.
And Newcastle aren't even playing to spoil it on the proper weekend anyway. They can spoil your Friday, but don't let it spoil
Second Friday night in a row. Yeah. Second Friday night in a row, after the success of last week.
Yeah, we've got the drum team back together.
We'll keep the same three on. Nothing at all to do with who's available and who's not.
Everyone was available, weren't they?
As per.
Just out of interest, what minute are you boys on?
15.
just into the 15th. 05, 06, 07.
Sam, Matt, Carl, do you like pizza? Yes, I love pizza, JB.
Love a pizza. Love a pizza.
Who doesn't?
Right.
Pineapple on a pizza, yes or
I
no?
was just
Not a
going to ask that
chance.
question. You've blown up
Correct.
the chat with that. But no, absolutely not.
Correct. Good stuff.
Glad we're in agreement.
I wonder who's not going to agree with that. JB, what pizza did you have today? What is your favourite pizza, Sam?
I do like. I am a bit of a plain Jane, aren't I? So I do just like a margarita, but I don't mind. I don't mind a meat feast. What are you chirping on about?
You're boring.
I'm boring. Okay. Yeah, I do have. Yeah, yeah. Margarita pizza and my favourite ice cream's vanilla. So what are you gonna do?
I won't ask any more then. What
Just
about
get the
yourself, Matt?
basics right. That's what I'm like. Just get the basics right.
Fair enough.
I'm a carnivore myself. I'm a big meat eater. So if you stick meat on a pizza, I'm happy. I do. If I'm going for like a takeaway pizza, I do have to get a stuffed crust though. I live for a stuffed crust. Me and my girlfriend, we make some pizza dough at home, which is really nice. I don't know if you've tried making your own dough at homes. Turns out really nice in the end. It's nice and crispy and like a thin base if you like that.
When I'm up that way, myself and Sam will put an order in.
Swing by, yeah.
Yeah, absolute man.
What about yourself, Carl?
I used to eat a lot of meat. I've started to like cut it out a little bit. So at the moment, I kind of like, if I'm doing a takeout, I like the it's like the spicy veggie one from Domino's. I do like spicy food, so anything with jalapenos on, to be honest.
Got to be honest, like a pizza takeaway from like Domino's, other pizza chains are available. They're so overpriced.
Oh, 100% they are. Like, it will only be like if we're using someone's blue light discount, like NHS discount, or a Tuesday when it's buy and get on free. Otherwise, I'm not having it.
Yeah, don't blame you.
Yeah, I do utilise NHS staff for their pizza discount.
Straight to hell with you.
Yes, absolutely. Oh dear.
Yeah, the first lockdown didn't treat me well because Domino's decided that was the time to capitalise on all the people that were staying at home and lonely. I used to live in my student house in the first lockdown, and me and one of the lads there had a mild addiction to ordering Domino's pizzas because they had I think it was 2 for $20, and you got 2 large pizzas, 2 sides, and 2 desserts or something.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
So I would say 20 quid is too expensive for a takeaway.
Pardon?
Well, but it's 2 for 20, so it was like tenner each. So it's like it was a good value, but we ended up getting them like once a week at least.
For a tenner per person for a takeaway, I think that's a lot of money.
But if it's a large pizza aside and a dessert, it would do us like 2 meals. It would do us like the evening, and then we'd reheat it for lunch the next day.
Yeah, but for that you could get like curry, rice, chips, and a naan.
You could.
Or you could get a pizza side and a dessert.
Yeah.
Different foods for different needs.
strokes.
Yeah, look, don't get me wrong. I'm with you. I absolutely like curry is my favourite food. Like, I love it. But yeah, 20 quid for 2 pizzas, 2 sides, and desserts isn't that bad. I don't think in this day and
we
age.
wouldn't
Sam.
do that, would we? We're just stingy.
Yeah, but
Domino's
like,
don't deliver to the village, so.
Matt's over there saying we're doing it once a week.
This was when I had my student loan and weren't going out because of bloody lockdown. So it was just
spending the best part of 100 quid,
scrounging
80 to 100
off
quid
the
on
state.
Domino's a month. Oh dear. Chris says I'd rather a good curry. What curry are you going for, Chris? How's the match going so far? It's not too bad, to be fair. It's not too bad at all. Is Mahrez playing? No, he is not. James, hello, mate. Hope you're well. Sam the Basics Mulliner. There we are.
Get the basics right and you can't go far wrong. as Newcastle United are on the attack. Oh, that you should have done better.
I'll have to go and get myself some Haribo from downstairs after I watch you eat those drumsticks.
I know.
Yeah, we've still somehow we've still got an Easter egg, and it's staring at me.
Why are you not eating it?
Well, my girlfriend does a lot of baking, so we tend to just eat that, and we've just kind of forgotten about the Easter egg. So yeah, we've just got a lot of chocolate staring at me. So it's a fancy one as well. It was a fancy one. Where did we get this one from?
It was a work.
You got it from work. Oh, she got it when she left her old job. They got it. It's a Thornton's one.
Oh, I literally, as soon as you said fancy, I thought, yeah, it's going to be like Thornton's or something like that.
I'll show you. Oh, is it
Carl, do you want to bring in your other half just out of camera shot, then we can complete the set?
She's downstairs. She's too pregnant to walk up the stairs. Also, she sits.
Oh, bless.
That's the point. We've got to send.
That looks amazing, Matt. By the way.
Thank you. Made it myself.
When's your good lady due?
August, back end of August, or mid-August.
You got ages yet.
Yeah, it's just going very quickly.
Yeah,
mate, I'm looking forward to it. To be honest, it's been on the agenda for a while. Just had to get around to it.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
I mean,
basically, I'm tired.
Got a headache.
Yeah. But yeah, got plasterer coming round to finish stuff off tomorrow.
Told you you'd need one.
I did say that to you, though.
Oh yes, you did. Sorry, my mistake.
So you were trying to imply that I'm the reason I need a plasterer because I was leaving
you were leaving that steamer on the wall too long.
I'm aware. Do you know what was really cool though? Like it hadn't been decorated since 1982 because there was like someone had wrote on it. There was like a kind of time capsule thing where they'd wrote loads of stuff, the date that they'd last decorated and what had gone on that date. I'll have to send it. It was quite cool actually. But yeah, the wall was a fucking state to be honest.
I bet it was.
So.
City corner halfway through the first half.
Managed to convert my missus to a Newcastle fan. She used to have a City season ticket, but I bought her a Newcastle top, so she's now a Newcastle fan.
Love it.
Do you reckon that'll work with you and Villa? No.
Please.
Okay. Although you've been to more Newcastle games than you have Villa.
That's you might as well just be a Newcastle fan.
Exactly. And she was at you were at Newcastle 5, Sunderland 1, weren't you? As Allan Saint-Maximin goes on the charge, if he can find Joe Linton, who doesn't score. But,
I wasn't holding my breath.
But we've got a corner. So Kyle Walker's gone down holding his gentleman's agreement.
It's a great ball out. I think is that Murphy that's picked him out?
Kyle Walker might need some manscaping assistance.
Ooh. Does he get a kick in the nads?
It doesn't look like it, but he went down holding it.
The ball didn't hit him there.
No, it didn't.
So I don't know if Joe Linton's followed through.
Maybe just they had a collision.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
Either way, Newcastle corner.
Oh yeah, no, the Joe Linton studs have just nicked it.
Oh,
what, his testicles?
1-0! What a goal!
Really?
Never.
Emil Krafth.
No, it isn't.
Newcastle
no, he hasn't.
Emil Krafth for Newcastle United
against Manchester
Scott
City.
Carson is just going for an early retirement because he's had it. That's career ruined. Emil Krafth has scored champions.
Oh wow!
That's a great header. That's a great header.
That is a bullet header.
He's beaten Nathan Ake in the air from a corner and sent it in the top corner. I'll tell you what, though, if they had someone on the post, this really bugs me when teams don't bloody put players on the post from corners.
Lee,
But
you're going to need to move all of these banners, the winning ones, to the top, mate. I know, because it's taking me a while to find them now.
Emil, Henry, Christopher, Krafth.
Henry Christopher?
Hey, bloody, that's a great... I mean, Carson doesn't cover himself in glory, but tell you what, Steve Bruce, Manager of the Month, get that 8-year contract on the table.
Let's not get carried away. Look, we've all had some sweets. Let's just take a breath.
I haven't. I want to go and have some sweets.
Go and get yourself gone. We're not going to score again in the next minute.
Or
are we?
Harry, bear with me.
Emil Krafth.
Of all people.
Johnny Greenwood, are you watching? I was right all along.
I genuinely, that's, if you'd asked me to name goal scorers for Newcastle tonight, he probably would have been behind Dubravka. It's just.
I mean, I would have put Darren Peacock ahead of Emil Krafth tonight.
Did you watch the Entertainers documentary last week after the game? It was.
Yes.
Steve Howie. Do you think he's a distant relative of Adam? Because I don't know if it was. I'd need to hear them side by side because they sound. In my head, they sound exactly the same.
Ooh, maybe.
Well,
I'll find out. I'll ask him on scoring the players tonight. It's just me and Adam
get the DNA test.
Players, so I'll ask him.
Adam's presenting tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, he's done one quick thoughts before, but this is his proper big boy. He says he wanted to do more presenting, so he's got the chance.
As long as you make notes, you're fine. That's the point. Actually, I'm doing quick notes. I should probably make notes.
Well, I'm controlling.
Is it still on now?
You don't need to. Yes, it is. Yeah. Oh, there's only one thing that could make this better now.
What's that?
Cup of tea.
Friday night at 8:30, and he's craving a brew.
No,
what happened?
Okay, and I've been swiftly rejected.
What's your favourite Haribo? Tang Fasty.
Cola bottles.
I like the rings. Not the rings, but like the dummies. Is it the dummies?
Murphy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Jacob Murphy's turning into some player.
He was never quite cut out to be a winger, was he? He's a bit too skittery on the ball, but I think he's making a half decent wing back.
He is. He's absolutely done Cancelo there. I mean, action areas last 10 minutes, 4% Newcastle United have been in the attacking third.
That's all we need.
Just need to take opportunities.
Exactly.
Just wanted to say that my prediction is currently the only one that is correct so far.
I never made a prediction.
What's your prediction, Sam?
I'll tell you in a bit. Willock's on the charge. If he can find Saint-Maximin, but he hasn't. Oh, he tried to find Joe Linton, but Joe Linton fell over instead. So here comes City again.
God. How long do you give Joe Linton, Sam? And do you give him another season? Do you give him another half a season? Do you give him no time at all?
He's shown promise He's shown promise in part this season, hasn't he? Look, he's not worth 40 million. We know that, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If he can contribute something, then he can be an okay squad player, can't he?
Mm.
But
the only problem with me that doesn't sit right with me with him being a squad player is the price tag. But you can't.
Yeah, but
that,
that's not his fault. That's just Paul.
It's not. But do you cash in and invest that money into an actual decent squad player?
Don't know. Look at Jacob Murphy.
Yeah,
we would have all sold Jacob Murphy a year or two ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but look, when everyone's fit, he's not getting in the first team at all, is he? So,
no.
As Miggy gives away a silly free kick, right?
Look, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, with all due respect, Emil Krafth has scored. So if you don't like the video, we're going to kick you out.
You can see how many people are watching it.
Emil Krafth.
Eat the cherry with a cola bottle. Okay, let's go.
Ooh.
Would just be cherry
Right,
coke then, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Well, this is a dangerous free kick for Manchester City.
Silly from Miggy, that.
About 22 yards out. Looks prime for Bernardo Silva, this does. A left footer.
Oh, Kevin Friend living up to his name by giving the fewest yellow cards per game in this Premier League season.
What a lovely man. Always left it for Gundogan, who's tried to go under the wall, and Dubravka saves. 31 minutes. Emil Krafth 1. Manchester City 0.
Who would like to answer this question?
2 wins, 2 draws.
Through sheer determination, he lifted us from 17th to 17th. And if that doesn't deserve the Manager of the Month award, I don't know what does.
I didn't think he'd win it, but I think it was right he was nominated because we'd had good results last month. But I didn't think he'd win it. You know, fair play to him. Well done.
I only know 2 of the other nominees were Solskjaer and Bielsa. I don't know any of the other ones. I just saw a load of those people on Twitter that have, Martial as the AVIs and like at MFC legend 6173. Ole Solskjaer was robbed. It just
goal kick, surely. Oh, a bit of a corner.
The only difference
That's
between
very funny
Solskjaer
by
and
you,
Bruce
and it took me 2
this
seconds
month
to get it.
was Man United won one more game and drew 1 less game. So they had 3 wins and 1 draw. But they're second in the league with a multi-million-pound squad. And the results didn't affect
That they're complaining
anything.
about. Just saying.
And that, the only other manager that really could have maybe deserved it was Bielsa, because I think they were same results as us, 2 wins, 2 draws, but they were against tougher opposition.
Counter-attack. Counter-attack. Oh my God, Miggy's going all the way and he's been hacked down by Ake, so now Newcastle have a free kick 25 yards out. That's got to be a yellow card for Nathan Ake.
Kevin Friend doesn't like giving yellow cards. It's a good clearing header by Dummett to launch that counter-attack. Great ball from Saint-Maximin.
Yeah.
Mike Ashley is stupid. That's why, mate. That's why.
No shit.
Oof.
We didn't sack him.
No, he just left. End of his contract. Because he wants to invest in the club and Mike Ashley doesn't. I think that's a harsh foul on Miggy. I thought Ake got the ball in real time. We're yet to see
one
a
of them
replay
challenges
it
that you put it. You're always risking a free kick with that type of challenge nowadays.
Yeah. Yes, JB, I love Formula One. It's a fantastic sport. Watch it every week.
Used to love it, can't stand it now.
What changed?
I'm slowly getting back into it.
Same shit every year, isn't it?
No, I don't really watch many other sports. Watch the footy, watch the F1, watch a bit of basketball, watch the Super Bowl every year, and a bit of cricket and rugby in the meantime, but nothing else really.
Yeah, not much sport then.
Not the horses anyway. Not the ponies.
That's right. Well, it's flat season now, so the jumps have all the proper jumps racing's finished. So John Joe Shelby's going to hit this.
Is he going to score?
Now, you've got to test Scott Carson, haven't you? Oh, fuck me, he's hit the bar. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, mate.
Oh,
Any
that was
combat
close.
sport, I'm in.
Yeah. Well, I say any. I'd rather
Not watch
box.
a bit of fencing on the Saturday or Sunday.
Who?
I used to fence.
Bit of fencing, did you actually?
Yeah, genuinely. Back in school.
Right, it always
What
baffled
posh
me.
school did you go to?
Well, this was it.
It
I was just
wasn't
going to
through
say it
school.
always baffled me how people got into that sort of sport.
So I
Fucking
into
hell,
where I
Ritchie.
what is he scored?
No, he's just rugby tackled Jesus down to the ground.
Oh, I've just seen that. Yeah. Where I went to school in Newcastle, we had the 3-tier system, so it was first, middle, high school.
Yeah, same here, mate.
Yeah. And in middle school, every year they did like a themed week at the end of the year, as like a piss about week. And you'd learn about so we had, I think Africa week was one of them, and this one was Renaissance week. So you learn about all the art, you learn about the time period and stuff. But obviously they've got to have some kind of sport involved. You've got to keep the kids active. So in Renaissance times, you had dueling, didn't you? So they brought the plastic swords in. You used to whack each other over the head with them, but I really liked it, so I ended up doing it outside of school. And I went to the nationals doing it. We came dead last, but we still went.
All right,
and then gave it up swiftly after.
Fair enough, mate. You never tried to get back into it since?
Well, I worked, so I did that when I was 12, 13, maybe until I was...
They're like a teenager loose with swords.
Yeah, believe it or not. I did it for a few years. I think I probably stopped when I was 15, 16. And then I went to work in a camp over summer in America when I was 20. Did I turn 20?
Camp America? Was it Camp America?
Yeah, Camp America. No, you get paid less than $1 an hour when you work at Camp America, Sam. No, I'm not secretly minted.
You got accommodation, obviously get accommodation and stuff like that.
Yeah, you get food, you get roof over your head and food, and you're well looked after, apart from you have to sleep in the same room as children, which is annoying.
I regret not doing that, to be fair. I wanted to do that myself.
Hey, there's no age limits, mate. Get yourself over.
Well, I think I might look a bit weird and 31-year-old just rocking up. Yeah, just want to...
Be surprised. You'd be surprised. No, I hated it. I wouldn't go back.
Really?
You work minimum 12-hour days. You're like looking after the kids' welfare. You don't get where we worked. You get I think it was 2 days off every 2 weeks, and you get, like I say, you get paid less than $1 an hour. And I was working in the sports department in like a tin shed, and it was over 100 degrees Fahrenheit pretty much every day. So it was not a pleasant experience. But yeah, and the kids were all entitled little so-and-sos as well, because it was a camp for rich kids.
Bastards is the word, mate. Entitled little bastards.
Oh, shit and piss. 1-1.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Where did you have like a week once you finished it though to kind of travel about or something? Or
yeah, I saved up my my wages while I worked there, and you get tipped and stuff as well.
So what is that, like about $280 or something like that?
Well, it depends on like some tips are mad. Oh, as if that's gone in. Bloody Cancelo, man! I told you. Yeah,
it's
tips.
a horrible
I mean,
reflection off Murphy.
Tips were okay for us, but if you work, because obviously the boys and girls were split up. If you looked after the really young girls, those people were getting tipped like $600 for 4 weeks' work.
Really?
Just from like one parent, yeah. And you look after multiple kids. Like you'd look after roughly like 7-8 kids in a bunk. And usually, I mean, Americans always tip, so you're gonna get minimum kind of $10 off them. This is just my experience as well, and it obviously differs. Yeah, you're right. That's a horrible deflection. But yeah, so I saved all my money and I did a bit of traveling. I went to, I was based in New York State, so I visited New York City, Chicago, Washington, and New Orleans before coming home.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was a nice little trip. Would not go back.
Anywhere?
Not to the places. Chicago is. I really like Chicago. It reminded me of home a little bit because it was so cold. It was nice. New Orleans was really, really nice, but once you've done it, you've done it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've done it now. So I'd go back to places I didn't do the West Coast at all.
Yeah,
and I didn't do anywhere like in the true South. So I'd maybe go back and do that, but I wouldn't go back to any places I've been, I don't think.
Fair enough.
We need
Yeah,
to
whatever
get to
anyone
half
asks.
time, but it's still 1-1.
It's been pretty much what we expected. You know, City dominating the ball. Surprised we got a goal.
Thank you very much, Ben. Kevin says, sounds like being a chef. That's what my week sounds like, doing minimum 12-hour shifts, I imagine. I can see that, Kevin, definitely.
I've just finished a 12-hour shift.
Bless.
I've been up since 5:45.
I've been up since
4 a.m.
4:46, but I wasn't working.
Oh, it's not a competition.
I worked from home today.
City free kick. We need to get out and get to half time. It's 2-1 to Man City.
Fucking hell. My bet's on. 2-2.
Absolute joke.
You jinxed it, Sam.
Yeah. Free kick comes in. Ooh.
Oh, it's a great finish.
Oh no, it's not him. I'm looking at the wrong person. There was a question of offside, but no, he's not offside at all. It was a cheeky finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really blame anyone. Maybe the defender should be getting in front of it before it even reaches him.
Rodri?
It was Torres that scored. Torres. Ooh, yeah, he's miles onside by the looks of it. Yeah, Shelby was behind his man. He wasn't in front of him at all. It's a weird one because the ball it beats the wall, but it doesn't beat the first man. It's just whipped in, and it's a great little finish.
They're checking offside.
There's no way that can be offside. And if it is, I'm sorry that as much as it pains me to say it, the game is absolutely gone because there's at least two players playing him on.
I think Paul Dummett's, it's onside. It's been given as onside. Paul Dummett's little toe has played him onside. It's a lot closer than it looks.
Oh, so it is.
Oh dear.
What do you? I mean, this is only my second time on the watch line. I'm sure you've discussed it in the past, but what's our opinions on VAR?
I like the idea of it. What I struggle with is that it's supposed to have been brought in to kind of stop these subjective rulings, but it seems like it's just increased that, so it's not working.
I think I like it, but it's applied poorly as Cancelo gets booked for a foul on Willock. I want to see more kind of like they do in Australian A-League, where you can hear the conversation between the referee and the VAR referee. I want to hear that.
I know it's literally exactly the same in the NFL, like the same as like the AFL. It's exactly the same. Even rugby though.
Yeah,
even rugby is the same, isn't it?
It's this country as well. It's not like it's this is a strange concept from overseas. They do it in rugby. You know, if they go to the TMO, they have the conversation aired for the people at home, and you can hear it. They can hear that conversation. You can hear the decision-making process. And I think even with contentious decisions like this, like that, you know, where it is a toe or a hair or an armpit that plays someone onside, hearing the conversation between the VAR officials and the referee would shine a lot more light on it. I think the only reason they're not doing that is because they know how shocking the standard of refereeing is in this country.
Yeah, but it could be a hell of a lot worse. We've been on the rough end of a few VAR decisions this season, but we weren't last season. But I don't know. Max is no.
Nice to see Joe Linton attacking the ball, attacking the header on that last chance there. We didn't kind of breezed over it, but it's nice
thought he was Henrik Larsson.
Yeah, I need to see more of that from him because he doesn't do that enough. He's a big physical lad. If he can use his presence in the box a bit like Andy, then we can use that. But
yeah. Oh well, 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half. That's such a shame. We just couldn't go in at the break level.
That's typical, isn't it?
And now all of a sudden it's nearly game over. But, you know, they're the best team in the world. So,
Is it completely off topic? Is it acceptable to eat the whole bag of Tangfast sticks? Or
yes.
Yep.
Okay, just checking. Almost that bad.
I regularly go through a full share bag of crisps. So
Fair enough.
Share bags weren't what they were, though, were they?
No.
Share bags are like normal bags now, aren't they?
Yeah. Normal bags in the 90s.
Yeah. Have they stopped putting the weight of a bag of crisps on the back of the packets? So I remember they used to do that back in the day.
I'll be honest, I've not noticed.
I tell you what, Jacob Murphy's having a rough old night against Cancelo. He's struggling a bit, but you know.
We said this in the build-up with Lee. He's saying that, you know, he's asking, is that going to be a weakness for them down that side? And saying that we know he loves to get forward. He's team of the season. Indisputably one of the most improved players for City this season and best right back in the league. And he plays left back for Portugal. We know he can do it on both sides, and he's very clearly demonstrating that tonight. He's absolutely running the show. Must be nice to just spend £60 million on a fullback.
Yeah.
As you do.
As you do, yeah. I've googled the top curry restaurants in Newcastle, so I'm ready for the second half discussion, says Jack.
Well, none of us live in Newcastle, so
that's true, actually.
I can tell you a great one in Stafford. I can tell you a great one in Newport, Shropshire. Oh, good header, Matt Ritchie. Defensive header, that is. City are really
give you a whole road in the middle of Birmingham where you won't find a bad curry house. Genuinely.
Max is onside and he's
that
through
sounds
one.
bad.
Oh. Square it. Oh, he's held on for it too long. Oh, Joe Linton, you absolute piece.
Hey, Villa away next season, Carl. We're all coming down to yours. We're doing a curry run down that street and then watching the game.
Definitely.
Right, so there's a VAR check going on.
For a penalty or?
For a penalty to Newcastle, but offside's been given.
I'll tell you what, that's good feet from Joe Linton until he slipped over.
And I don't think that's offside.
What was given as offside? Because he was behind the play.
Saint-Maximin.
Oh, the original ball over the top. All right. Yeah, they have been playing quite a high line, City. We've had a bit of joy getting in behind with that
right, is
ball
this
over
a
the
foul?
top.
Oh, see, for me, I wouldn't say that was a foul, but nowadays...
He's miles on side, and I think Joe Linton slips as the player slides in. So
yeah. Joe, but he does take his standing foot. So this...
Ooh.
I tell you what... So
yeah, no, that's got to be.
It's right.
He can't plan.
They're checking the foul for offside now. So I think if he's onside, which I think he is, I think this is going to be given as a penalty.
Yeah, I think because Joe Linton can't physically place his foot down there because of Ake's sliding challenge. So that's a penalty.
So onside.
I don't know what they're checking for offside. What, Joe Willock just interfering with play?
No, Saint-Maximin from the original through ball from Miggy.
They're still checking that. He's miles on.
It looks like it. It looks like
he's
Nathan Ake's playing half a yard on.
Yeah,
they're going to draw lines to make him look offside.
They are drawing the lines now, and it just looks an absolute...
He looks miles onside. Who takes it then, Matt Ritchie?
It's been given onside. It is 100% been given onside now.
Penalty.
Does Ritchie take it?
It hasn't not been given yet.
It's got it. I don't know why is this a thing? Surely you can see that's onside. Look at where they're drawing the lines. There's a good foot.
It's been given onside. So the VAR screen's now gone off. Kevin Friend's about to make a decision now, and he's been given as a penalty.
Ooh,
I was going to say it was a definite foul, and it was definitely onside. So.
Well, I said 2-2, but it's clearly too early for that now.
The penalty for the foul on Joe Linton. Joe Linton has won Newcastle United a penalty in stoppage time at the end of the first half.
Penalty?
Wow.
Well, Carl,
Wow,
you were
wow.
right before the game. Ake beaten in the air.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but Joe Linton's taking the penalty.
Fucking knew he was going to take this penalty.
Hey, look.
I knew it. Come on, lad.
Sam, don't react. If you can,
don't react, Sam. Don't react. Turn your screen off.
It's Joe Linton against 54-year-old Scott Carson.
He's gonna slip. He's slipped over twice already. He's gonna slip and blaze it over.
Sam's
He's taken 3 penalties according to Sky Sports.
Sorry, I wasn't supposed to react.
Come on.
Joe Linton has taken, before tonight, he's taken 3 penalties, all of which have been to the left-hand side of the goal. He's missed 2 and scored 1. He's got...
Carson goes the right way.
Fucking have that.
He goes that way as well. So all of his 4 penalties that he's ever taken have all been the exact same way.
What?
But it doesn't matter. He's buried it. He's buried it.
50% conversion rate. Yeah, this is what we're saying in the build-up as well with Lee. Joe Linton, this run of games, if he can bag a couple of goals, build up his confidence, he could be a real player for us next season.
3 goals in his last 7 games.
Sam, what odds could I have got at 2-2?
I don't know.
Mr. Betting Man.
You work for a betting company.
I don't. Yeah, I know, but I don't look at Newcastle games.
That's fair.
Why would I want to?
I don't know.
I'm baffled that Matt Ritchie has let Joe Linton take that penalty, if I'm honest.
So am I.
If I can guarantee if we weren't safe from relegation, Matt Ritchie takes that penalty. But I'm happy for Joe Linton because he did the hard work. It was good. It was brilliant footwork. VAR notwithstanding, Joe Linton's footwork to get through the couple City defenders leading up to that penalty was fantastic. Showing his Brazilian flair there.
Yeah.
Good freak for a big lad.
Right, if it could just stay like that for the remainder of the game, just so I know what I look like, I know what I'm talking about. That'd be fantastic.
It's half time.
I'll bring Brandon in. I'm just going to go and get a drink very quickly.
Get me one.
Okay.
Evening, mate.
Yo, Brandon, man, watch out
in the wood pile?
the Dutch wood behind you.
It's not the Dutch wood, it's the Slovakian wood. I cut this
myself. Slovakian wood.
You cut that yourself?
I helped, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
With an axe.
Can you guys hear me correctly?
Yeah.
Yes, with an axe. Yes, with an axe. Yes.
With his bare hands.
With a big chopper.
With a big chopper. Exactly. Oh, that was a surprise in the end. I was feeling nervous when Joe Linton went behind the ball. But
do you think, like the past few games, we're actually looking like Newcastle United again?
No.
In terms of not with in terms of how batshit crazy some games are.
I actually enjoy more watching now Newcastle, if that makes any sense. The games are more enjoyable. And despite the result, okay, we had a good result versus Leicester, but the last couple of games are more enjoyable. And I wouldn't mind losing now still. It's not like a boring game that we had nothing to say and 20% ball possession and shit pass accuracy and no shots on goal, Like now we actually have a go and okay, we can still lose it, of course, but it's not that bad to watch.
No, I think the last game and a half of football have been completely freaking batshit.
Mm. Well, yeah. What is it? 6-2 on 6-4? Sorry, on aggregate.
Yeah. What would you prefer otherwise? Would you prefer all the time like 0-0s and 1-0s and boring football?
I don't know. Thank you, Simon, for your donation. Thank you very much. Membership. Hit the join button if you're not already a member of the channel. You get more exclusive videos and news and stuff. For example, if you were a member, you'd know who's guesting on the Greenwood and Mulliner show this weekend. I mean, we all do as well. We pre-recorded it yesterday. But yeah. Emil Krafth and Joe Linton have both scored in the first half against the champions.
Who would have said so? What were the odds for that?
Yeah, I wonder what odds you would have got for the two of them scoring in the first half. That's incredible. Is that Kraft's first? No, it's not. He scored before, hasn't he? Is it?
Well, there was that goal against Man United, wasn't there? But I don't know what. Did he get that, or was it awarded as an own goal?
I'll look it up, shall I?
But I actually think Krafth and Murphy are playing pretty okay. I would like to see more of Krafth like this, but and then I would like to keep him in the squad, but not as a first priority centre back. But he could be a stand-in as a centre back next season when we have problems in the back. But
the join button is underneath us, Peter, next to the subscribe button. So hit subscribe, then hit join.
What do you guys make of Murphy? He's actually a decent right back, also defensively today.
Yeah, I think that in large parts, though, he has struggled against Cancelo. Matt, you're about to speak.
Oh, well, I was just about to say that, yeah. I mean, he's done all right. He's held his own, but we know from this entire season that he's not the most defensively solid right back. We still need to invest in a right back, in my opinion. So a player like Cancelo, who has the top teams in the world on toast regularly, is obviously going to have Jacob Murphy on toast sometimes, and for both goals, they've come down that side. So the problem is clearly there. They were both, they came out of nothing. One was a deflection and one was a great finish from a set piece, but they both come from that side. So there's got to be a little concern. But he's been all right. Let me see. No, I don't know if Krafth got awarded that goal, by the way. So, hold on, he's got. Is that for us?
I think Joe Linton is typically Joe Linton again. How he slips on the field again. It's okay. He wins us a penalty, but besides that, it's typical Joe Linton again. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought he'd been pretty naff the first half, but he won the penalty and absolutely buried it. So fair play to him.
That he did good, but
he's always putting in some It's not very often you'll say now about Joe Linton that he's lacking effort. There is a lot of effort going in there, which there wasn't always before. That's a fantastic header from Emil Krafth for the first goal. Completely gets in between Cancelo and Ake, out jumps Ake, gives the keeper no chance. Thing is as well, John Joe's hit the bar from a free kick.
Yeah.
Cancelo's goal was so spawny.
Even Torres, he's just flicked at it. He knows where the goal is, fair enough, and he's flicked it on. He's meant for it to go on target, but neither of them were particularly well-worked goals. They've obviously dominated the ball. They've probably, you'd say on balance of possession, they deserve it, but on balance of chances created, can you remember Dubravka making a particularly good save?
No.
To keep them out?
I don't think that Torres flick's an absolute worldie, isn't it?
I don't think you can blame that on Martin, to be honest. It's just a worldie.
Yeah. I'm not blaming Dubravka for the goals. I'm just saying without those, two lucky / good goals, they're not really in the game attacking wise. They've got a lot of ball, but they're not doing anything with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Torres finish is. It's to be fair to him, he's adapted very well.
That's the thing with Manchester City, right? If it's needed, it all comes to individual skills and quality.
Yeah.
And that's what they have, which we don't. Not all we do, but you know what I mean, right?
I can't believe that they had to draw. They're just showing the offside onside call leading up to the penalty again. I can't believe they had to draw the lines again for that. It's just so obvious.
It's mental. It almost looks like they wanted to decline.
It's a shame Sam
absolutely mare, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a shame Saint-Maximin's not going to get the assist for that goal.
Yeah.
He did well to hold the ball up there, didn't rush things. You said in the build-up you think he'd held onto it a bit too long, which it looked like he did. And when you see him pass the ball off to Joe Linton, you think, bloody hell, here we go, one touch and it's out for a goal kick. But he's got quick feet to get into the box, get past his man, and then commits Ake to the clumsy challenge with the fake shot, which is good play. And then, like you say, absolutely buries it in the side netting.
But what do we make of Manchester City's goalie?
I remember his debut.
Bloody hell, you're that old.
It must be a long. I was about to say.
I remember his debut. I don't remember it well. I'm sure was his debut. Was his debut for Leeds?
He came up through Leeds Academy, yeah.
Yeah, I remember him coming on. He was only a kid.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Must have been like 2003, 2002, something like that.
1991. I'm joking, obviously. It was 2003 he made his professional
There you
debut
go.
for Leeds.
Told
Only
you.
3 games. Only 3 games for Leeds United before moving to Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah. Only 4 games for Liverpool as well.
One of them was against us.
Yeah.
He got
Santiago
done.
Muñoz.
Yeah, he got done by Munez. Wasn't his
Can you
last
guess?
Premier League appearance? Wasn't his last Premier League appearance before
Leeds.
tonight against us as well?
Yeah,
For West
for
Brom.
West Brom. Yeah.
I was there
10
that
years
day.
ago.
I was there
10
that day.
years ago, that.
We were
Was that
3-0
the game
up.
that you sneaked in, Sam?
No, I paid to get in the Gallagher, and we were 3-0 up. Stephen Taylor, Lovenkrands.
Peter Lovenkrands. Peter Lovenkrands.
Who scored the other one? Might have been it was an own goal. Jonas Olsen, own goal. And Solomon Choi came on for West Brom, changed the game. He was an absolute... He played like Lionel Messi. He got a hat-trick. He could have had 5. We could have lost the game. But there you go.
Can you guess who Scott Carson's made the most appearances for in his career? Which club?
West Brom.
No.
Leeds, I think.
No.
Hang on, who did he play for?
This is just appearances. This isn't necessarily Premier League appearances.
Leeds, Liverpool. Who did he go to after Liverpool?
Fulham.
He had a few loans while he was at Liverpool, but none of them are the right answer.
Did he play for Fulham?
No, he never played for Fulham. This is according to his Wikipedia page that I've got open.
Did he play for Birmingham?
For who, sorry?
Derby County.
Yes, Derby
Thank you,
County.
Carl. Yes, 158 games for Derby County. He also played 63 games for Bursaspor in the Turkish league.
Yes, yeah.
It's just
I remember.
that's his third. It goes Derby with 158, West Brom with 110, and then Bursaspor with 63. There is most appearances made for a club, which is incredible. But enough about Scott Carson.
I don't think you can
Could
get
write
enough.
could write a book about him.
Brandon, are you driving home tonight?
Well, sort of, yeah. I gonna drive to Prague and sleep in a friend of mine who lives in Prague. He works in Germany, and I can sleep in his house. I pick up the key at his neighbor. So I do a 9-hour drive now, and I finally just take some hours sleep, and then another 9-hour drive to
So
Alkmaar.
how many miles have you got to drive in total, or kilometers?
Kilometers is 1,500 kilometers.
Holy
Yeah, when I got here Friday, I did it in one time. I went through Poland though instead of Czech Republic. I went from Germany, Poland, and Slovakia, and I did it in one way. 19 hours drive.
Wow, 19 hours. Jesus. How much have you got? A lot of room in your car for luggage and stuff, or not?
I do. I drive a Skoda Fabia, so.
Okay. Just because I have a wood burner at home, so I could do with some logs.
I'll put some logs in for you, mate.
You're calling me secretly loaded.
I will be in Newcastle though for the first game. I will make sure I'll be there, and I will be in the stadium. I somehow need to get myself some tickets, but I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna be there.
Good.
Probably I can sort something out with Leo or someone else from the NFTV. Hopefully.
Okay.
Maybe someone wants to give up the ticket for me.
If I had one, you could have it. But...
You might be able to have my brother's, mate.
Awesome.
He just keeps appearing. Yeah. Carl, if you want to come back in, you can kick me off. I'll go charge my phone for a bit.
Yeah, Andrew, you can get a beer for me if you want. Anyways, everyone who sees me and who wants a beer in Newcastle, give me a shout. I'll buy you one. Anyways.
There you go.
Spending the money.
There you go. Job's a good one. Wow.
Is the game back on again? Or?
It is about to recommence, yes.
Okay, then I go upstairs again and.
Okay, well, safe trip home.
Thank you so much.
What time are you setting off, Brandon?
Say that again.
What time are you leaving? Like now?
Oh no, 1 a.m. 1 a.m. I'm leaving, so we can enjoy some afternoon in Prague and sleep in Prague, and then next day we're heading off to the Netherlands.
Fair enough.
So, see you guys later.
See you later.
I made a member video. It will be out hopefully before Sunday, but members will see.
Good, very good.
Thank you, Alan.
Safe trip home. Don't forget my logs.
Yeah, lads, if you're watching at home, you've got the dream team with you. You've got Sam, Carl, and myself. Last week it was 4-2 to us against Leicester. It's currently 2-2 against City. Drop a like on the video just for some more good luck. You know, we could come and win this game. We've had the better of the chances. We're trying to smash the records of YouTube here. So don't forget to drop a like on the video. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed anyway, I don't know what you're doing, so hit that subscribe button as well. But yeah, we bring the luck, us three, somehow. I've got to stay here. I'm going to have to quit my job to come and do the bloody watch-alongs with us until we win the league.
Yeah. And as diplomatic and lovely as Matt has been there, and I agree with everything he said, if you don't do, we're going to kick you from the chat. It's as simple as that. I joke. Oh, I've had too many Haribo.
You're bouncing off the walls.
Dizzy on sugar.
This is very true.
Well.
Who's that Charlton 36 appearances? What are we still talking about? Scott Carson here.
I assume so.
Paul Dummett winner from Peter Griffin. Oh.
Yeah, that's why I went. Did you not get that?
In two places at once.
I thought you were doing that to appease me.
Well, the camera's focusing in on Nathan Ake.
Rightly so.
Wasn't he 40 million as well?
Yep. It might have even been more than that. It might have been because Cancelo was close to 60. Ake was, I really want to say 50.
It's mad, isn't it?
And then Garcia was fairly cheap, I think, because they bought him as like an academy prospect. Although they spend big on their academy anyway. Kyle Walker was big. Ferran Torres, I want to say, was 30 mil of the other goal scorer.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's before you even get into the Sterling, the Gabriel Jesus, the fucking Bernardo Silva and whatnot. But then they didn't
Jesus again?
Ooh, I want to say some under 30 because they bought him when he was young. I'll look it up now.
Matt Collins, do you like pasta? Yes, I love pasta.
Love it. I had it for tea tonight.
Love all Italian food. Honeymooned in Italy.
Oh, lovely. Whereabouts?
Sorrento.
Oh, darling.
Well, Massa Labrenza to be exact. Overlooking the Isle of Capri. Where, on said Isle of Capri, I saw a pair of cashmere trousers in the window of a shop for €20,000.
That doesn't surprise
Doesn't
me.
sound comfortable either.
Yeah.
Gabriel Jesus cost Man City, according to transfermarket.com, £28.8 million from Palmeiras.
Kevin, get us a table book, mate.
Oh, yes, please.
Group trip to Kevin's?
Yes.
Pasta bar in Newcastle. Well, put in the name of the thing. Plug it.
Yeah, definitely.
We're looking for somewhere to go for our NFTV night out.
Have we decided on what date that's going to be? I saw some things thrown around in the chat. I didn't pay too much attention. I do apologise.
Well, the plan is, well, there are loose plans in place. I don't know whether it's going to be a night out or anything, but there's a loose plan in place. Zucchini pasta bar.
Oh, let me
note it down.
What sort of discount are we talking about, Kev? He's gone quiet now, Kev has. Has he gone?
Kev?
Oh dear. Oh, this comment's going to tickle me. Because sorry for being late. Who scored, please? If we told you, you wouldn't believe us. Simple as that.
If we said Emil Krafth scored a header and Joe Linton scored a penalty, what would you say?
Are you high?
I would say, I think so on Harry Bow.
Oh, this is looking. Oh no. Ugh.
This looks absolutely gorgeous, by the way. I'm in at the zucchini pasta bar.
Not sure. We'd have to ask the owner. Okay. I mean, we can plug. Oh, that is such a Jacob Murphy. I don't know what Brandon was on about, saying he's playing really well. I think Jacob Murphy's struggling defensively.
Brandon's probably high.
But there's no disgrace in struggling defensively against Manchester City, is there? Let's face it. This is a real dangerous free kick, though.
Ooh, yeah, he's dived in there.
Right.
Jay in Atlanta says the wife and I are still working up the full trip over there. Piss up his debt. Brilliant, because you're looking to go to Scotland, I believe, Jay.
I would love to go drinking with Jay. I mean, I appreciate I've just invited myself.
That's your holiday.
No,
Oh my God, that's gone through everyone. But fucking hell, all that needed was a bigger touch, and that was in. No, we were nowhere near that. Dubravka was stranded. John Joe's headed it. Oof. Blimey. Sorry. Continue.
Ooh.
That's what I said.
Good ball in. Great ball in. Right in the channel of corridor of uncertainty.
Love that. The corridor of uncertainty.
That's the rejected Harry Potter book.
I feel like it could be used in so many situations, like nights out and particular women that you probably shouldn't be with. Is it a good idea? Is it not a good idea?
Wedding ring there, Flower.
Well, mine's downstairs. So. She might be watching, so I do apologise.
Yes, Peter. He was looking for the join button. He found it eventually, and Peter Kane is now a member of NFTV.
Took him a while because he was in the corridor of uncertainty.
And he found the door of dreams. Welcome, Peter.
Just in case anyone's tuning in for the second half, Sam, could you explain what Peter's just done there and where they can also join as a member?
He's, Google it.
How do I join NFTV?
That's the answer I always give now. Fucking Google it. That's what, at the end of the Greenwood and Mulliner show now, Johnny will ask me, Sam, where can we find the podcast? Fucking Google it, mate.
Yeah, but that's quite apt. Like that's fine. That'll come up.
Hit the join button. Loads of members exclusive content, early news, so you know about guests we've got coming up before anyone else.
Brandon Skinny Dips.
That's
his OnlyFans as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's plenty on there. Have a look around. Oh, and you get the Discord channel as well. Yes, well done, Brandon. Yes, you get the Discord channel where you can talk to us at any time of the day if we've got Discord open.
Like, the Discord has proven to me that Steve doesn't sleep at all.
No, I know. He's mad for it, isn't he?
Yeah. Absolute legend.
He loves it.
Every time I look, he's like, because sometimes we'll talk on there personally as well, but like I'll see a message, I'm like, it's got to be like 3 a.m. What are you doing?
Yeah. Saint-Maximin's done a lot of the dirty work tonight. He's won the ball back a few times and tried to dribble out and bought us a free kick. He's done that very well tonight.
It's nice, like last week. I think you're spot on, Matt. I think it's nice that he's just put in a solid performance. We've not relied on him. He's like obviously brilliant for us going forward, and that outlet in the lead up to the penalty was obviously crucial.
Mm-hmm.
But to not be so completely reliant on him, it's nice. And let's not forget we're missing Callum Wilson tonight as well.
Yeah.
Some good play now. We're holding our own. I appreciate City haven't got all their big guns out, but we're holding our own here.
Mm.
I did think as well. I remember I was at the Bournemouth home game last season where we won 2-1. I remember Ake having a bit of a rough day that day.
I mean, Carl, you said it earlier. Never ever rated him, really. You get the hype because he's a left-footed centre back. He's quick. He's physical. It's just his awareness. You praise someone like Van Dijk, who, well, to be fair, he's rapid. But it's the thing. To be honest, the better example is Harry Maguire. He knows his limitations, but his defensive awareness is what makes him such a brilliant defender and what a crucial part of the Man United team and the England setup. Players like Ake.
I love it every time Matt's in full flow.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. You do it, mate. Do you want to tell us what's happened, or do we want to wait 30 seconds to see it for ourselves?
Well, we had a corner. We were close. We then got it back, played it round a bit. A cross was delivered, and then Joe Linton, instead of heading it goalwards from 8 yards out, he's actually made a very good defensive header for Manchester City.
Coming up to that.
Is Jay taking the mick at me there? I'll have you know my player ratings are very, very accurate.
I've just seen Joe Linton's header.
It's good, isn't it?
He's got a head like a 50p piece. How has that happened? It's hit him in the ear and gone back where it came from.
I don't know, but he's made he's having a better game defensively than Nathan Ake.
That's incredible. We praised him in the first. Well, I praised him in the first half for attacking a header, trying to make more of his physical presence, and then he clears out of City's box with a thumping header. Oh, brilliant!
Jacob Murphy shot on target, comfortable save.
Nice link up from Joe and Saint-Maximin in the build-up. Nice little 1-2.
It was. Have we turned a corner? Are you still both Bruce out?
Of course, I'm still Bruce out. Is he useless muppet?
Just checking.
What Matt
Are you?
Yeah.
Good. Glad we're in agreement.
I am big enough to say he's done better lately. And in the past 2 games, it would have been very easy for him to, like that midfield 3 we've got is quite attacking, is it not? It would have been very easy in the last 2 games for him to stick in Hendrick.
Yeah.
True.
I'm glad.
And Sean, and go really, really defensive. So
I'm glad Hendrick's been pretty much frozen out of this team now.
Well, rightly so. Jacob Murphy's done well there against Cancelo and won the foul. They're having a right ding-dong, them pair. It's a really good battle. Cancelo's just getting booked as well now.
Was he not already booked in the first half?
No. Wish he was.
I spoke to Ali Drew the other day, Sam.
Did you?
I did.
What?
I asked her just on Instagram. I asked her for a prediction video for the Billy Joe Saunders fight. Didn't get a response, which I didn't expect to because I left it so late, and then she messaged me back the next day.
Why didn't you just ask me or Johnny because she follows us on Twitter?
But I didn't think about that at the time, did I, Sam? Otherwise, I would have.
Ali Drew's ace.
But yeah, she is very nice, isn't she?
She's ace. Knows her stuff about boxing as well, and Sportology TV.
She's doing a lot for Seconds Out as well, but they use the same studio that We Are Tottenham TV use, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that because William Hill sponsor them as well? Am I right in thinking?
Possibly. Oh, Joe Willock. Deflection. We've got another corner. Garcia's just blocked a shot.
Cancelo's a right little arsey bellend, by the way. I know I didn't want to interrupt your little chat there, but that foul you mentioned that Cancelo got booked for, He got booked for the foul, and he wasn't happy that Murphy had got one over on him, and he blasted the ball off Murphy in like anger. Like he kicked the ball away and hit Murphy in the process. If he's already booked, then he gets booked for kicking the ball away. He's getting a red card. He's losing his head. Murphy's going to get the better end of that battle now.
Okay, now looks like he's struggling with injury. He's having a mare, the poor lad.
Yeah,
which is good. Corner's not come to anything. Oh well, but I mean, look, it's nearly. I mean, we're what 57 minutes in, 58 minutes. As City are on the counter attack, and John Joe's given away a free kick, which he will now get booked for as well. Yeah, there it is. City, who can City bring from off the bench? Fucking Aguero, lovely game against us.
Yeah, Foden,
Jesus, yeah. So, although we're holding our own 2-2, yeah. I mean, we can bring Carroll and Gale off the bench.
To be fair, Andy Carroll would have a field day against Nathan Ake, the way he's playing.
Bully him.
I agree.
Even Gale.
Do you know what? I actually think if we brought Andy Carroll on, Guardiola would take off Ake.
Yeah. Even I think I can't. The way the high line's playing, the way City are playing with the high line, I think Gale would suit the game better as it stands at the moment. Just because if he's playing on the shoulder of Ake, who is obviously carrying a knock and was already lacked the pace to catch up with Saint-Maximin, Gale constantly plays on the shoulder of the last defender. If he can beat that offside trap, he could be in for a goal here. And hopefully either Graham Jones or Steve Bruce can see that as an opportunity if Joe Linton does start to flag and they want to rest him to start the next game. Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it? Farewell tour, get the boys on. Andy Carroll and Dwight Gale scoring against City. Make it 4-2.
That'd be lovely.
Well, City have a free kick anyway. At 35 yards out.
How was, in all seriousness, no disrespect to him, but how was he swindled a £50 million move to Man City, Nathan Ake?
They needed a defender. Great claim from Dubravka. Proper goalkeeping, and we're off on the counter. He looked good in a bad team, didn't he?
Mm.
I mean, look at all that team, all that Bournemouth squad. Any with like half decent ability have all got their moves. That could be a penalty. Newcastle United have a penalty.
You're joking.
It's 3-2.
Don't say that yet.
Kyle Walker has brought down Joe Willock, and Kevin Friend has pointed to the spot again.
Who takes it? Surely not Joe Linton again.
It's a stone.
Is he offside? Is he offside in the build-up though?
No.
Joe Linton, not Willock.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know then. Kyle Walker knows as soon as it's happened before the ref blows his whistle. Great
play from Willock. That's smart. He looks like he wants to take this pen. He's claimed the ball. Willock, as soon as he wins that penalty, he's grabbed.
Willock's taking the pen.
Yeah, Stonewall pen. He knows what he's doing there. Willock, beautiful play. Knocks it past him. Beats Garcia for pace. Walker comes charging in. Can't stop himself. Takes him out.
Right, I'm not going to react at this one.
You will though, Sam. You bloody will.
I won't.
Mute your mic and turn your camera off, and then we'll.
Oh, I'm not doing that. It's too much effort.
No, he'll probably miss knowing the form that he's been on. He's been in great form.
Is Joe Willock left-footed?
He's not. He's not taking a pen with his left.
Oh no, he's 2 steps across.
Right. Oh, he's one of those ones.
He's
I'm
missed.
not looking at you.
He scored the rebound though.
Get in there! What are you not supposed to react?
Scott Carson's unlucky, and then you think Willock's buggered it because he kind of half stumbles, but he just gets up in time.
Oh, come on! Great. I mean, it's a shocking penalty, but good recovery.
Matt, are you going to the Sheffield United game?
I can't.
I'm not going. Sam, you're not going. Right, we're on the watch long, are we? Are we on the watch long? We have to
Yeah,
be on the watch long.
It's us three for the duration, but and Brandon's back as well.
There's another
I
win
think-
then. If we come
Sorry,
out with a
Brandon,
result
but
tomorrow.
you're off the watch along.
I don't think I can work watch the Fulham game because I think I'll be working for that. I've been drafted in as a last minute replacement, but Chef Gamal should be able to watch. Yeah, it's a shocking penalty from Willock, but great follow up.
You do think he's buggered it though, because he kind of half stumbles, doesn't he?
So basically, Matt, we've lost against Fulham. Then is that what you're saying?
I mean, by that point, it doesn't matter because we'll have won 7-2 against Chef Wed. We'll have beaten Man City 10-2. So,
I mean,
can we get
Carl,
top half still?
I'll get your opinion now, Carl, because the thing I asked the other two when Brandon was on at half time was like the last. Do you think we're actually looking like Newcastle United again? Because the last two games have just been absolutely batshit crazy. Get your fucking foot away. Oh, 3-3.
Well, you're taking the piss.
Oh,
Yeah, it is in
Ferran
answer to
Torres
your question.
again.
7 goals in 2 games so far, and we've conceded 5 as well. Like that sounds like Newcastle to me.
Oh man.
Oh, for fuck's! Who's marking him there, man?
There is that.
Jesus.
3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, we have 7 players in the box, and it's still found Torres. Was it Willock or Fernandez that should have had Torres?
Brandon, you're back in for the watch along.
You think one of the 3 central defenders? It's Willock's man. It's Willock's man. He should be tracking him. I mean, Krafth maybe should step up.
Oh,
Maybe.
that's lovely from Saint-Maximin. Oh, final ball's just a bit too heavy.
It's a great finish from Torres, though.
Willock was ball
Again.
watching, as Frankie says in the comments.
Well, it's been another enjoyable game.
Hit the like button and all that for another batshit crazy game.
Absolutely. Fast
Still
approaching
got half an hour
2 million
left.
viewers. Half an hour left. There's been 6 goals already.
Another 6 more to come. None for Newcastle.
Absolutely. We're going to talk about curry, pasta, sweets, chocolate.
We haven't fully discussed Curry yet, though, have we?
No.
We haven't had time to really, which is, I mean, a good thing for everyone watching. Go on, Miggy. Oh, go on, Miggy. Oh, Murphy's done Cancelo. Oh, fucking hell. The one time Nathan Acker gets a fucking blocking.
Frankie says Willock was ball watching.
He was. He was at fault there, but for me, Willock shouldn't be the one tracking back. Where's the other 2 midfielders in there? You've got 3 centre backs. One of the full backs or one of the wing backs is pushing the ball. One of them is covering the man at the back post. Where's the other 2 midfielders?
4-3 City.
Fucking hell. I was just about to say, like, Joel's just said this, and I was like, we could lose 7-3 now. I wouldn't care, but I do care.
I think that's Torres' hat trick. Cancelo had a shot from 25 yards out that hit the post, and then it's come back out to Torres, who's tapped it home.
He could be off. I don't know if he is. It's one of those ones where he might have just strayed offside, but you would know more than me, Sam, because you're ahead of us.
What a game for the neutral.
It looks like Dummett's played him on.
It's a strike from Cancelo. It's a great strike.
Yeah. It looks like Dummett's played him on again.
Tell you what, Portugal are going to be some force at the Euros.
Yeah.
He's on.
Offside.
Yeah, he's on. Dummett's played him on. Good finish again, with good reactions. To be fair to Torres,
Very
the
good
chances
reaction, wasn't it?
the chances that if he had 3 one-touch goals, fair play to the lad. But it's the problem is, like, Dubravka hasn't made a good save, but none of the goals he could have saved, really.
Yeah. Absolutely mental game.
This is bonkers.
Well, like all the comments are saying you'd rather play like this and like go down scrapping than set up with 10 men behind the ball and leave Joe Linton up there to fend for himself and lose 1 or 2-0.
I mean, I'll take 10 men behind the ball and win, but if we're going to lose, I might as well do it in style.
100%. 100%. If we come out and get another goal, I'll be absolutely buzzing. I couldn't care less what the score ends at.
I was worried that I was going to fall asleep during this game because I've been up for how long have I been awake now? What time is it? 9. So 8. I've been up for 17 hours ish. And
Cancelo's rolling around on the floor like a little bitch.
He is a little bitch.
Joe Linton. Oh, great. Okay, he was a bit late on him. He'll probably get a yellow, but it wasn't anything major. "70 minutes. Do you make a change?"
Yeah, fuck it.
Bring Andy Carroll on.
Oh yeah, I think Andy Carroll and just like watch Nathan.
Just go fucking throw some elbows around. Just go and cause some trouble.
Yeah.
Injure someone for the Champions League final.
So the thing is, though, now, if City get another, then, you know, it could get silly. Remember the Man United game where we conceded like 4 in the last 10 minutes?
Don't remind us.
And then all of a sudden you're going from like a kind of half positive defeat to an absolute freaking horrendous one.
What's that? This is on par with the Arsenal game. Good game where has this passion been hiding? I think it's been there for the past few weeks.
Yeah, that Arsenal home game aside, it's
you play like this all season, you finish mid-table. We've got the talent in there. You know, it's not been the prettiest game. You know, we've had 2 penalties, but we've gone at a weakened side, but the current Premier League champions. They're in a likely Champions League winners this year. They've won the League Cup already. They're a fantastic team, and we've put 3 past them. Yeah, admittedly, it is Scott Carson, but we won't talk about that.
Do you reckon Sterling's in danger of not going to the Euros? Because he's badly out of form, isn't he? I've just seen him on there. I've completely forgot he was playing.
Yeah. I don't think he's in danger of missing out. I think he's in danger of not starting. But he's one of those players that one moment of magic from him can win you the game. He can be invisible for 88 minutes, and those 2 minutes he turns up, he'll win you a penalty or he'll score a scrappy goal.
Brandon, we do not need Hendrick. Stop with the nonsense.
He must be on the bloody wind-up. Either that.
He said that it's illegal in Slovakia, so he definitely hasn't been smoking.
I think we're just starting to look a bit ragged now and a bit tired. Then I think there needs to, but this is where Bruce kind of leaves it too long.
He waits. He's reactionary. What is it? Reactive, not proactive.
Exactly. So there needs to be a change just to give a bit of fresh energy in there, maybe in the midfield and up front as well.
Jeff Hendrick.
Yeah. You could chuck one of the long stuff on or something.
Yes, stick Matty and Gale on. They'll do some running. I think rest Joe Linton, rest Saint-Maximin, and rest Willock.
Rest Joe Linton.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, he's bloody in good form. What was it? 3 goals in his last 7. He's going to get a bloody hat-trick against Sheffield United.
Tell you what, next 2 games, if you're Joe Linton, obviously no Wilson now, you've got to be looking at them games thinking, right, finish the season strong and pick up some games against pick up some goals, against the 2 relegated teams.
There's a lot of pressure, though, because if you think, if you're Joe Linton, you're getting inside your own head, you think, right, two of the worst teams in the division, I'm starting, I'm the main quote unquote the main goal scoring threat, you have to be scoring. And if he doesn't score in either of those games, what a knock his confidence will take because of that.
Yeah.
So, but then on the flip side, it's how much confidence will he get from scoring again if he does score. He looks, every time he scores, he looks like the happiest man on earth. So it must mean something to him.
Well, rightly so. You should be when you score a goal.
It's a wonder why he doesn't score more.
This is where, like, if Ryan Fraser was fit, this would be handy just to chuck him on, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Go on, Miggy. Good interception. Counter. Not enough with him. Oh, that's a filthy pass. There's no one in the box. Oh, that's a clever ball. That wasn't. Corner or just a wank shot for a goal kick?
Wank.
I'll tell you in a minute. The shot was from Willock anyway. So they come off Ake for a corner or it was just a horrendous shot. Yeah, it was a horrendous shot.
So there's no Aguero to come off the bench tonight.
There isn't there?
But, well, not according to Google. Maybe they just don't have the full bench on.
Oh, I don't know. I could be wrong.
They got. I think they'll bring probably Cole Palmer on. He's the youngster they've got on the bench for a bit of.
Well, they've taken off Cancelo.
That doesn't surprise me.
And they've brought on Benjamin Mendy.
Yeah.
Good battle between Cancelo and Murphy.
Question from Peter. Here's a question out of the 3 relegated clubs. Who would you sign? If it was him, he would sign Luckman from Fulham.
Well, I was wanting to do a video on this in a few weeks, but yeah, Anguissa, like you say, is a great one. I think Diangana from West Brom as well. Who's another Saint-Maximin type who's willing to get on the. And you saw the outrage that when West Ham let him go. Who else would you take? There's a lot of those Fulham players that were on loan at Fulham that you'd look at maybe to. Areola had a great season in goal.
Yeah, that's the thing with Fulham. They have a shitload of loan players, don't they? Pereira from West Brom.
Yeah, he's another one. Maybe not as a main striker, but maybe as a backup striker. I really like the look of that Diagne that they signed in January for West Brom.
That's what we need as well, isn't it? A backup striker.
Yeah. Where the fuck is the lineup?
I'm not sure Luckman, there'd be any need for someone like Luckman with what we've already got.
I'd definitely take Anguissa to play alongside Hayden in that midfield. I think that would be a great little signing. Would you take that? What's his name? Gallagher, the lad on loan from Chelsea.
Conor Gallagher. Yeah, apparently we were looking at him if we failed to tie up Joe Willock.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no Aguero on the bench, but there is Foden, Mahrez, Fernandinho, Laporte, Stones, Diaz, and Palmer.
Well done, Miggy. Go on.
Joe Linton's performance today, what do you think of him?
Go on. Oh, final ball! That is terrible.
Joe Linton, average. He did well for his winning his penalty and scoring the goal, but apart from that, he's not really done much.
Miggy just took the ball 70 fucking yards. Been done fantastically well. Simple pass through to Joe Linton, and he's just played it straight to Ake.
It's a bad run from Joe Linton, but it's a terrible pass from Miggy. Joe Linton should be peeling wider there to take the defender away, create the space, and let Miggy go through on his own. And if the defender commits to Miggy, then Joe Linton will have the space to himself. That's poor attacking run from him. Someone like Wilson peels off and gives you that space to run into. We've seen that so many times this season.
Yeah.
But Joe Linton just doesn't have that attacking awareness.
Good point. We've said all along his positional play is probably the weakest part of his game. Joe Linton, that is.
Yeah. Like even someone like Gale, who's not, your best player in the world, but he's a seasoned veteran now. He knows what to do and when to do it. He'll peel away and take the defender with him. And if someone like Saint-Maximin instead of Miggy's on the ball, they see that half a yard and they'll take the chance. But Joe Linton just runs in straight lines.
He does.
77 minutes, still no sub.
This is one thing that frustrates me about Bruce, even in the games that we do play well and win, is lack of willingness to make a change.
Why do you think that is tonight, though? Because arguably he's been okay at that, at doing his job properly over the last 3 or 4 weeks.
I don't know. It's a strange one. I don't know if he's looked and thought it's a good performance. I don't want to change things.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to get into a rhythm before the last couple games. Don't know. Ooh, you dirty fucking
bastard!
ASM
looks knackered.
Yeah. Well, he's the one.
He's doing a lot of graft, hasn't he?
It winds me up because he's playing as a 10, who's supposedly behind Joe Linton, but Saint-Maximin's the one putting the pressure on the ball up front. Joe Linton's happy to just sit back and let Saint-Maximin do all the running defensively.
Well, for the second watch along in a row, the away team has scored 4 goals.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We've had at least 6 goals in each game, which is mental.
I feel so sorry for Adam, and Brandon, who we've sat through with you, Carl, so many 0-0s and really shit games.
Why is that? Because it's with me, or just the game, or?
No, yeah, for the games, and then we just come along and then have 2
Everyone's had all the results. you and Matt, Johnny, it's had a good result as well. I know.
It's me, match fixing. That's what it is.
Final
well, they get
ball,
to go to the Sheffield United game at home, don't they? To be fair, make it all worth it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Mickey, get up!
But I was of the same mindset as you, Sam, which is why me and my brother didn't bother getting a ticket.
What's that?
Just didn't fancy it doing a 500-mile round trip to level 7.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing level 7 again.
Matt Ritchie is just giving the ball away with a shit cross pass at the edge of the, and he's sprinted 30 yards, just hounding the ball down, getting nowhere near it. And Joe Willock's just looking at him like he's got 2 heads. He's a madman.
He is. That's why we love him. But 80 minutes now. No, you can tell they're fucked. They're running on empty.
Yeah. They're happy to just sit back and take this now.
Lads like ASM, who's been walking around for the last 5 minutes.
This is what I was saying earlier about the Leeds game when Leeds nicked it. They were happy to sit back and they're happy to press at times. And they knew the limitations, though. They pressed when they needed to press, but they just kept their energy for when they needed it and then hit them on the counter and nicked a goal right at the end. I mean, not that that's going to be the case today, but we've run ourselves ragged trying to chase the ball down for.
Can't fault the effort.
No.
I wonder if he's just giving them their last run out before just playing the kids for the last 2 games.
You're joking.
That way. Can you imagine giving Sheffield United 6 points this season?
Well, yeah, we gave Norwich 4 points last season.
Well, it's been an enjoyable Friday evening.
It has.
It's been entertaining.
Yeah, quick one as we enter the last 10 minutes. We go for an Indian. What are you ordering?
Are we doing starters?
Yes.
I would have either a Nargis kebab or a mixed kebab.
Oh.
And then I would go for something along the lines of either a Naga or I do like a lamb madras with pilau rice and a garlic and herb naan, or even a keema naan.
Kinky.
Very. What about yourself?
Chicken pakoras to start.
Oh, lovely. We'll share them.
Chicken, like fuck, we will. Chicken booner. Plain boiled rice, because, get the basics right. Peshwari naan.
Oh, nice.
Jobs are good. One.
It's been a while since I've had a Peshwari naan. I used to have them quite a bit, to be fair.
Mm.
What about yourself, Matt?
I'm not big on the starters. Probably just go straight in with a bigger portion, ideally, or just an extra naan. But pretty much identical to you, Carl. Just
An
like
extra
a lemon
naan?
Yeah, well, only if I'm not like having a starter, because I don't do poppadoms. I hate poppadoms. I just
We're making a double change. Sorry, Matt. Continue. I didn't.
No, that's all right. How dare you interrupt my curry talk on this football show?
Jamal Lewis and Sean Longstaff are coming on.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, continue.
But yeah, just lamb madras. Some not really fussed on rice. I can like as in I'll have it, but I'm not fussed what kind, like plain and pilau, whatever. Not really fussed. But it's got to be like garlic and herb or some kind of flavored naan. I hate a plain naan. It's just bread.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I grew up and I used to hate all curries, and I'd never ever. I think I had my first proper one when I was probably like 16. Never
the same.
Yeah, never liked them. There's a beautiful one in Leeds that I used to go to a little bit last year. I'm yet to go back. When it's reopening, I'll be booking myself in fairly soon. They do a beautiful lamb curry there.
They make it sound like a haircut.
Get my daily dose. But no, they do a curry called I think it's the Route 94 or something fancy. But it's lamb. I don't even know what it is. It's lamb something. It's probably my favourite curry I've ever had. No disrespect to my mother, who makes a lovely homemade curry.
Even more reason for us to come up your way for some food.
Exactly.
Mother Matt on the curry, and then better half of Matt on the bacon.
I'll just sit back and relax. I get fed.
All the pizza, though, yeah.
Why aren't you like 30 stone?
High metabolism. Just wait until I hit 25 years old. That's when it all stops.
That fucking wears off, my friend.
Yeah.
Believe me. I used to be a 30 waist.
Yeah, I haven't been a 30 waist for a long time.
Yeah, well, I'm now a 38 waist. I did recently get that. Well, that was down to lockdown. I'd got back down to a 34 waist, but then lockdown happened, and then Bev over the road with a lemon drizzle cakes.
I'm to be fair, I'm hanging on to a 34 waist at the moment.
Yeah, I've recently gone up to
smoking
34.
and just stopped smoking and put like 2 stone on since October.
Yeah.
0 exercise.
That's what I need to. I usually quite fit and healthy. Used to get out while I was at uni, but used to play a fair bit of sports, and now nothing.
Getting back to football like 4 weeks ago was fucking painful.
Yeah.
Painful. My back was just like, no, you're a fat shit now. You're not going to move.
Yeah, I played an hour of five-a-side just among mates. It was fairly competitive, running about, and honestly, it was about 15, 16 degrees, no wind, and I was dead about 10 minutes into it. I was like, can I go and goal? Can we switch?
Oh no, mate. It's crazy.
Andrew, yes, definitely. Mason's Arms, we've got to go there in Blythe, because that's Olivier Bernard's pub.
I'm there.
So I said to Olivier when he was on Greenwood and Mulliner that we'd be up. So I said if the takeover gets announced, I did actually say I'd stay there for a week.
While we're on the subject of food, what's your opinions on Parmos?
So I had my first one 12, maybe 10 years ago. No, maybe a bit less than that.
You say that like it was yesterday. That's quite a while ago.
No, it is that. But what I mean is that obviously the majority of my family are from up that way anyway. So you'd have thought I would have had one a long, long time ago. But I haven't. My brother's missus from Middlesbrough, so like that's literally all they're fucking bang on about. Like they were literally,
It's the
there
only
was
thing
like
they've got
some,
to bang on about.
yeah, there's some competition thing going on, like post a Parmo or something. I was like, there's no way I'm going to win a competition for a Parmo to post it 250 miles. Like,
Brief note: we've just made the final substitution. Dwight Gale is on for Federico Fernandez.
Oh, he's going for it, it's Bruce.
But in answer to your question, Matt, I remember it being sweet.
Sweet?
I was drunk, so I don't know what was going on. I liked it, but I just remember it being sweeter than I thought it would be.
Sam?
I don't know. What is it?
A Parmo? You never had a Parmo?
Never heard of it.
You never heard of a Parmo?
Is this like a northern thing where it's like something like a bread roll, but you call it something different?
No. Well, I mean,
it's a northern thing. It's not a bread roll. Like it is a northern thing.
Right. What is it?
Do people call it a chicken parmesan? Is that another? Well, basically, it's
Mate, there's nothing down here that's like a Parmo. I promise you.
Yeah, you probably won't get it down there. I've only ever had them properly done up in Middlesbrough or around that kind of area. Yeah, it's so quoting from Wikipedia, it consists of a breaded cutlet of chicken or pork, usually chicken, topped with bechamel sauce and cheese. And that's your kind of base Parmo, and then you can put toppings on top of that as well. So like basically, it's like a pizza, except instead of dough, it's chicken.
Oh, okay.
It's insane, to be fair.
It's heart attack on a plate is what it is.
Good. I have high cholesterol, so I'm sure that'd finish the job.
So maybe avoid them like the Black Death then. Yeah, just interested to see if because I love them. I mean, I can't get enough of the stuff, but I only ever get to have a proper one when I'm back up north.
Well, that makes sense as to why my brother and his missus bang on about them all the time. Like my brother's a proper health freak as well, but like he will eat bad. Like I won't say how, like he's a fitness freak, not a health freak, but he will eat bad, and he will literally eat his weight in Parmo as well. Yeah.
Good. I'll have one next time I'm up.
Careful. Maybe go for half a Parmo and chips or something, just in case.
Okay.
Take your tablets with you.
I don't have tablets for it.
You might need them. You might need some after one of these, though, mate.
Oh, okay.
So poor. No, Geordie, you're so filth. You are filth.
Right, we're in stoppage time.
Yeah, look, here he is. He's jumped in because I've just messaged him saying we're talking about Parmos. This is my brother.
5 minutes. Why isn't he a member then? Click the join.
Because he's a tight bastard, mate, to be honest. That's why.
£2.
Yeah, that's how tight he is.
Become a member and Carl will buy you a Parmo next time he's up.
He knows that's not happening. But no, I will.
5 minutes stoppage. So
yeah, it must be. Must be. We don't. Are we still doing the $4.99 one?
Yeah, that's the full works. But yeah, you can get the basic one for $1.99.
What do you get for the full works? Like strip tees and stuff like that.
extra videos.
Extras. You get extras.
Yeah, you get extras.
Yeah, like a very steep price.
Honestly.
Blocking.
Bad press that.
I mean, since we've made the substitutions, which arrived too late, even like 5-10 minutes before the substitutions, we've not had a sniff. City have got a corner now, and I mean, at least they're not keeping it in the corner.
Can you imagine? Already champions of England, Manchester City keeping the ball in the corner.
I'm sorry. Jay as well. NUFC watch along. A bit of footy, a bit of foodie. Exactly, mate.
Bit of everything.
It's just those three fat bastards that come on.
Yeah, that's it. Access to Brandon's OnlyFans with $4.99. Exactly.
Brandon would probably do that as well, so don't. Yes, Sam. Good input.
So, I mean, it looked like, hey, I think it was Gabriel Jesus kind of clipped Willock, who kind of then barged into Sean Longstaff. And like on first viewing, it looked like Longstaff had fouled Willock and we won the free kick. Well, that's a push. Or not.
You're not going to get 3 penalties in one game.
Why? Who'd fucking take the third?
But you Dubravka just put the fucking banter. Why not?
They're actually close to £1.99 now, aren't they? Was it about £1.60 or £1.70?
I remember when Greg's was affordable.
I know.
It's the madness that they charge you to, and not that anyone sits in a Greg's and eats it, but the fact they've got 2 different prices. Like, why are you charging me 50p more to sit and eat a steak bake on a chair inside your bloody cafe or whatever it is?
I know.
Mental.
Did you see that to recall all of those vegetable pasties that were sold in Iceland?
Yeah.
Because there might have been glass in them.
Sam's lost all interest now. He's just watching the highlights.
It's not. I mean, surprise, surprise. Torres has got man of the match. Who'd have thought it after scoring a hat-trick? Gundogan over the bar. We've got 2 minutes to find an equaliser when we've barely been over the halfway line in the past 15, 20 minutes.
Sean's just passed it to nobody.
Good. Well done, Dubravka. Shelby was waiting at the edge of the box for a short goal kick, and Dubravka's gone, no, fucking clear off. So he's twatted it 70 yards, and City have the ball again.
Well done, Dubravka.
Oh, Jesus. Has laid it off to Torres.
Well done.
Mendy's getting a lot of joy down this left-hand side. I think Murphy's just absolutely knackered.
Did you see that? I don't know if there's anything to it. The stuff with Mendy this week with Chelsea. Chelsea have released their new home kit, which is an abomination, by the way. And listed on their website where you can pre-order it, you can obviously get all the player names and player numbers and stuff. And City's left back Benjamin Mendy is listed as one of the options for some reason.
Are you sure it's not Edouard Mendy? The goalkeeper?
No, it was Benjamin. No. So,
ooh, guess go on, Carson. Fuck up. All right. I think that's going to be that. It is. That's full time. Well, there you go. What can you do, eh? To be fair, that's a cracking effort, isn't it?
Can't complain, can you?
No.
Well,
you're the one. You've got to. I'll tell you what. Me and Matt will disappear because we've got to set up for quick thoughts, and then we'll let you wrap up, Carl, for the last minute.
Okie dokie. Been a pleasure, as always.
It has indeed. Thank you for your company, everyone. Stay tuned. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Right, on my own. It has been an absolute pleasure, as always, ladies and gentlemen. An entertaining game all round, to be fair. Yes, we've lost, but at least we've gone out there and had a go. Man City's B team is still better than us, which is understandable with the amount of money that's still being spent on this side. But yeah, it's been really, really enjoyable. We're slowly getting there towards the end of the season. But we've got Matt and Sam coming up, or I don't know who's doing the quick thoughts, so I'm going to apologise. One of them two, or maybe both of them. And you'll catch myself in the fan reaction with Matt or Johnny. I don't know. Again, so it could be Adam. But yeah, in all seriousness, thank you again, guys. Thanks for everyone smashing the like button. Thank you to the new members. Thank you for people that have donated. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for sharing, subscribing, everything. You're absolute legends. Appreciate it, Frankie. Appreciate all the support we've had from you all season. And we'll continue to the end of the season and start coming out with some different content. But as people have said, if you do want to join the membership program, you can just press the join button below. It's as little as $1.99. It helps support the channel. We get loads of extra videos, but by all means, don't feel obligated to do that. You'll see us very, very shortly. And I look forward to seeing you all in the watch along if I don't catch you in the rest of the videos tonight on Wednesday against Sheffield United. Take care, everyone. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Peace.